How's everybody doing? Hold on, I still have my timer on from Twitch. My bad, my bad. But good morning. It's been so long. I mean, it really hasn't been. I've only missed one YouTube stream, but like it feels like forever. But I hope you guys are having the best day. You guys deserve that. Hello Tetra, how are you doing today? Oh, I'm doing the best. I'm the happiest person in the world. No wolves on Fenris. Oh my god. It's true. It's true. Congratulations. Thank you, Jeff. I really appreciate it. Thank you. The matriarch speaks. Hi, Tetra. Congratulations on the BB. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Apocalypse. Hi, Wisdom. How are you guys doing? Hi, Alex. Thank you. I hope you're doing great. Hello, Tetra. Oh my god. I'm so happy for you and Yura. Congrats. Oh my god. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. Thank you, guys. You know, I'm a little bit tired. I don't think that the tiredness is going to go away anytime soon. For those of you guys who don't know, we had our baby. So it's been a lot of long nights. Thankfully, my stepmom and my dad have been helping out a lot. So it's been taking off some of the burdens of it. But she's perfect. She's a perfect little baby. Like I have nothing but I'm the happiest person ever. Why are my cats running? What are you guys doing? Get much sleep in the end? No. No. So are you building the lion on Twitch? Great stream. Thank you. Yeah, after things settle with BB in the future, like in the next few weeks, like right now we're still very much in the early stages, so things are very, you know, confusing and messy. So my streams are going to be obviously shorter. Yura's taking off until like the weekend. But I want to do more building streams. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I still have to build the Deathwing Knights squadron, and I have all my Drakari stuff. Necro player, thank you so much, Goober. I really appreciate it. Oh, I should turn off the Streamlabs notifications too. I feel so bad. I'm like, I don't think I'm warranting of super chats today. I'm not exactly what I would call enthusiastic or fun. I'm just sitting here like, hi, how are you? Please take your time. I know. Like, look, I want to make sure that I'm still providing good content. So I want to make sure that things are fun. I want to make sure things work. Like, tomorrow is what, Thursday? So it's a normal Twitch stream. I'm going to try my best. It might be a little bit shorter again, but I'm going to try my best to make sure I manage. The Stompa Stomp. Well, I have the Stompa, I have Be'lakor, I have Vashtor, I have the Drakari Cruiser. Unfortunately, you're gonna have sleepless nights for the next 18 years. Yeah, I expected that. That's okay. How's Yura doing? She's handling everything really well. She's the happiest mama in the world. Congrats on everything, Tetra. I'm so happy for you guys. Thank you, War Boss. I really appreciate it. And don't worry, you did not miss the Stompa. What? Apocalypse, why? Why? Thank you, Goober. You don't need to do that. But I appreciate you guys. Tetra is the greatest. You guys are just being really sweet to me. What the heck? Hi, Tetra just popping in to say hi. I need to get ready to go out. See you next stream. Hugs from Canada. Take it easy, Jordan. Think of it as money for the baby. I made that joke yesterday. First of all, thank you very much, Sniper. I made that joke yesterday where I was saying to Yura, I'm like, we should get a second bassinet. So when my dad or my stepmom come over to help take care of the baby, we don't have to like have them in our bedroom because like the bassinet's in our bedroom. So like I wanted to set one up in the den. So now but because people were so generous on Twitch when I announced it, I'm like, yeah, let's just get another bassinet. Like I think that is the best use of that money. More stuff for the baby, best use for the money. There is no YouTube baby tax. Oh, hey, Warboss, good to see you again. We missed Warboss. I will make sure that I don't do the Stompa build until I know for sure. Like, even if I plan build streams, I will build something else unless I know Warboss is there. I need to make sure he is there for the Stompa. I heard you have a kitty cat. Where is the kitty cat? I mean, we're talking about the newborn baby. I have 3 cats, though. I didn't know until now, so however people... Oh, thank you. It's like this, I lament being unable to give money. It's okay. It's more than okay. Hello, Tetra, I bring excellent news. Oh. So cool. So bassinet fund. I mean, yeah, sure. Everything. I mean, I ordered it already. But like, if you guys want me to say that everything that you guys give today will go towards the bassinet, sure. I mean, I basically everything I'm going to be making for a while is going to be going towards the baby anyway. By the way, pieces of your hair are missing on your avatar. Huh? What? What? Sorry, it's a good chuckle, I suppose. Of course, baby needs 2 bassinets. Can't have her thinking she's a comet. Well, it's not about being a commenter. It's simply about the fact that I need the extra space. I need the extra ones. So, like, for example, like right now, Yura is with my dad in the other room, so that way I can work and she can still rest. Congratulations on baby. Thank you. Oh, purple orc joke? Was that actually a purple orc joke? That's sad because it's like the hair's not even purple. The hair's blue. The hair's blue. It's a muted blue, but it's blue. 1 for the baby, 2 more for the night. I was wondering what model bassinet was for a second, and then I was realizing it was not for, nope, it is for my infant. It is for my newborn. Baby taking her troll, not just IRL, but on the model as well. You're gonna make a shovel joke next? I don't know really anything about the Greek yet. So like I won't, that will go way over my head. We're blind, colorblind. Oh my god, Warbus, no, save your money. I'll make sure I make it to the Stompa stream. Don't worry. I should be back much more regularly from now on. Also, here's for the more bassinets for the baby and the nights. We don't want them feeling left. You're such a goober. You're such a goober. Thank you, though. What a time to find out they're colorblind. You ever see the meme post where it was like the 47? That just reminds me of the story I have to tell you guys. I'm keeping that secret. I'm not telling you guys. You can call her BB if you want. There are no wolves in power. Yeah. So anyway, the Krieg are the first out. Yeah. I didn't watch them all in order though. I love the Krieg and the shovel memes, but they're exactly that, just memes. I get you. Oh, but I was gonna say, you ever see the 47 colorblind meme? And everybody's saying they're seeing different numbers, and then like everybody's calling each other colorblind, like the Spider-Man meme. But speaking of memes, I will tell you guys a fun story. I told this on Twitch yesterday. Maybe you've seen it when I have with a different color palette on. I don't know. Also, congrats on the baby. Thank you so much, Corgi. I appreciate it. Anyway, so fun meme story I got for you guys. This was while we were having the baby. The doctor was lovely, right? Leave it to me to have a deep geopolitical conversation of the medical industry with her. Because like we were killing time, right? And she was lovely. So we were talking about like I'm not gonna go into details of it, but we were talking about like the landscape, the medical landscape, and everything going on with it right now, right? So then she checks Yura's dilation, and I ask her, I'm like, oh, what's the dilation looking like? Because you need it to be 10 centimeters dilated for the baby to come. And she's like, oh, it's about 6 to 7 centimeters. And then she looked me dead in the eyes, did the hand gesture, and said 6, 7. And I actively told this doctor who is helping give birth to my child, I hate her. I got 6, 7 by a maternity doctor. That is not a story I ever thought that I would have under my belt, but somehow the internet memes even affect my child being born. I'd definitely make a poor financial decision if I had a card. No. Please no. Yeah, no, that actually happened. I couldn't. I'm creative, sure. I'm not creative enough to make that story up. I could not believe. I could not believe that she did the hand gesture and everything. Like this is a doctor with her medical degree who specializes in maternity. Looks me dead in the eyes and just goes 6, 7. 6, 7's attached to the memory of your child's birth. No! I think it's really funny. My dad 6, 7 to be at Christmas and I almost changed my last name. I can only imagine your kid being told that from all those years later. She's not gonna understand it because the meme will be dead by next year. So the meme was never funny. That's the thing, right? The only reason this is funny is because of the absurd circumstance in which it was used, because it is so deep in the young brain rot right now. But the actual meme itself is horrendous. It's like if someone used to say E. Truly best by Geographic. This BB is? Yeah. I was washing dishes and I heard 6-7 and my mood deflated so fast. I'm sorry. Imagine you're paying for Netflix, then you have to pay for a movie because Netflix only covers it partially, and then you have to pay for one of the actors because they're not affiliated with... What? Yeah, to be fair, the reason the doctor did it is because her kid does. Yeah, she did follow up with saying that she has an 8-year-old, and that's why. But it was still just really funny, because I'm not even joking. It was like within a minute of talking about like the medical landscape and stuff going on in the industry, and because we were relating on that, right? So it's like we were talking about that stuff, and then it literally transitions over to 6-7. Also, how old is the E meme now? Because now I want to know. E was funny, though. E was not funny. E was not funny. That E was the most my favorite nonsense meme, because there was a whole era of nonsense memes. We think that the Gen Alphas are like the worst brain rot era, but millennials had horrendous brain rot. Gen Z too, but like millennials had like the E, which was literally just Markiplier's face with what's his name, the guy from Shrek, his hair, and just a big E on it. Like, it made no sense to me. The other one was, my favorite one was like, was it Etruscan boar? Ceramic Etruscan boar, like 1300 BC. It was like what it was called, and that was all it was. Made no sense. As a millennial, Gen Z Alpha had dog warrior game compared to Gen Z. Oh, Gen Z was way better than Gen Alpha. 100%. As someone who apparently is in Gen Z and never went on the internet till a few years back, I had to learn the horror of the dimension. I agree. Brain rot is universal. I mean, nothing is worse than the Italian brain rot. I still think that gets like the highest tier of the worst things, especially if you like deep dive in them, right? Like the Crocodile one, right? If you look into the lore about it, it's horrendous. If you look up all of them, they're all so deep and terrible. Never saw that movie, even though I know the name Farquaad. Yeah, that's what it was, Farquaad. RAR XD. Oh my god, you guys don't understand. You don't understand RAR XD. It hits me on like a personal level in the worst way. I was a scene kid in high school, okay? I was that girl at Warped Tour. I had all the bead bracelets going up my forearm. I had the obnoxious skinny jeans from Hot Topic. I had the crimson highlights in my hair. My bangs covered my eyes. It was so bad. It was so bad. I miss the Y2P era. Hey, Tetra and Yura, congrats. Thank you, homie. Yura's currently sleeping. She is with my dad in the other room. He's helping her with the baby so I can work. Honestly, dad and stepmom stepped up so much. I mean, as stepmom, we knew, right? Chinese mother is going to be very, very much helicopter mom. So she's been like everywhere. I felt so bad sending her away yesterday. Do you know the way? Click, 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 click. Oh my god, that... I hate it so much. Ugandan Knuckles got me onto VR chat, and I regret every minute that I was on that freaking game. Is this some sort of American thing? Wait, which part? The scene era? You don't remember that whole era where like everybody who wanted to, well, I guess you wouldn't because you're probably younger, but like there was a whole era where people were dressing to look quote unquote emo, and it branched off into scene because it was people who were not cripplingly down about themselves, who then adopted this really bubbly style that was still dark, right? Like it was a dark aesthetic, but it was a very bubbly style. It had a lot of neons. It was the Hot Topic girls. Hello, my Slaneshi sock. Oh my god. By the way, speaking of artwork with regarding Slanesh stuff, I still have to get the artwork with the Slanesh outfit, but I did get another Drakari outfit, another Drakari piece of artwork if you guys want to see. And again, you guys might still get it for the chibi model too, which is kind of cool. What's wrong with Hot Topic? There's nothing wrong with it. Scene. Yeah, posers SMH. Yeah. If you ever saw like Uwu Rar XD, like you just think of any girl that you would attribute that phrase to from the 2000s. Like Uwu Rar XD, yeah, is what you would, yeah. Seen as happy emo. I literally remember going to Warped Tour to see like Breathe Carolina. I've got a bunch of years, right? But I used to see like bands like Breathe Carolina, Less Than Jake, Charlie. I remember seeing what's his name? Why am I blanking? I've seen some crazy ones. Jeffree Star. That's what I was thinking of. I saw Jeffree Star when he was a musician. Now he's a makeup mogul. But like I used to see him when he was a musician. The Drakari art you uploaded was the sickest thing ever. Oh yeah, let me show everybody real quick. Let the chat see it. Urar. Oh my god. Erebus Primarch of the 18th. Oh, that name brings me so much joy. That name brings me more joy than you can imagine. Alright, let me see. Where's the artwork? Oh, I also do have artwork that I will regret. That is appeasing to you guys and the new cheetah pattern kick. But I don't know if I'm gonna show it to you guys yet. I don't know if I want to release that to you guys. All right, but here's the other one. Here's the Jakari art. It's everyone's favorite Primarch, yeah. Erebus lives, ooh. Erebus lives, XD nuzzles, ooh, rar. Wait, no, how's it go? Ooh, you're. I'm not gonna do the copy pasta. I'm not gonna do the copy pasta on YouTube. I don't want to live with that in my life. I don't need a permanent record of me doing that. But yeah, didn't my Drakari art come out good? Didn't it come out cool? Still looking great. It's so good. Yeah. I might reach out to them again for the Slanesh piece. Because I know they'll do me justice rather than just the meme pieces. Madonna outfit, cheetah pattern, rainbow socks. Get it? That's no. That sounds horrible. No. You guys already started getting me cheetah stuff. We don't need to keep pushing this narrative. The art is perfect. No, you. Okay, that is good art. Thank you. Tetrakari, maybe being captured isn't so bad. Ooh. My cats are having a field day right now. I think they're just happy that I'm around them again because the last couple days I haven't been. I am filled with a sudden and inexplicable urge to go shopping at IKEA. Right? Babaka, it's not like I wanted to lead the Legion anyway. I say you should use that. So I'm so wait. I say you should as that is so good. Oh, you mean I forgot the delay. You meant the Slanesh piece. Yeah. I love it, the blue tongue. I don't understand, but it reminds me because my tongue is blue. That's why. That was just a model reference. Oh my god, Tetra's hair is IKEA colors. It all makes sense now. You found me out. Well, damn. Still scarred from discovering the rainbow cheetah pattern. Cheetah pattern was the thing. Literally, my friend. I showed her the artwork that I got. I mean, I'll show you guys. She is having her favorite cheetah field day on me right now with this one. Let me show you. Where is the artwork? It's a full comic page. So she is a cheetah, like she's a cheetah VTuber, but she's been calling me a cheetah because she's a little demon. So just cute little artwork. Hello, I'm here. What I missed? I told chat that I had a baby. But Tank, I don't remember if you were in the Twitch stream when I announced it, so you might already know. I see different color. I don't know if it's just me. You don't see blue for her tongue? Then yeah, you might be colorblind. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's a very muted blue. You could argue that there's like a hue of purple in it. It depends on like what your perception of color is, right? So like my hair is blue. The way that it contrasts with the blonde makes it look a little bit purple. It's not like royal blue, right? And the tongue is just a slightly lighter shade. It's a purplish blue. Yeah, there's you could say that there's a little tiny bit, but like if anything, it's very, very subtle. It's more just the fact that it's a very muted blue. Because it used to be on my previous model, it used to be like electric blue. But it's the way the blonde is, right? Like the blonde contrasting with it does that. It's a very lucky shade of blue. Yes. We had the baby. Skews indigo or dark periwinkle? Dark periwinkle just sounds so pretentious and I love that. Oh god. The is your blue my blue debate? Yeah, is your blue blue? I think it's the perception of color to me. Well, it is blue. I mean, I could literally pull up my... I promise you that it is blue, though. I literally could pull up my color chart with like all the hex codes. It is blue. It used to be, like I said, it used to be electric blue, and because the color palette of this outfit in general and this whole model is a lot more muted, we opted to go with a more muted blue. Yeah, I was gonna say, if you put it against a white background, it's really easy to see. Hello, Dawn. Can I help you? Talking about Tetris tongue again, prompted by anything this time. I was showing artwork. I was showing Drakari artwork. And they were asking about why the tongue was blue. And I was like, my tongue is blue. I don't know how chat, I don't know chat. I see Tetra as black and blue, not white and gold. Oh no. Oh no, not the dress. Not the dress. But yeah, no, if my hair was not like blonde next to it, it would be a lot harder to tell. One of the things that you can actually see is can you get out of this plastic bag, Dawn? Dawn, get out of the plastic bag. Thank you. One of the things you'll notice too is if I change my hair color on the model to like a different color and then take it off, you'll see the hues of pink in my actual blonde hair. So let me see if I can pull it up real quick, and then we want to start getting into the videos, because I really don't have a lot of time today compared to normal, because I don't want to stream for more than 3-4 hours, because obviously baby. So let me do this real quick. Thankfully, I have videos booked still for like the next like 4 days. So even though I won't be able to edit today, I could probably do my editing tomorrow on stream as my content tomorrow. What are you doing? What are you doing, Dawn? Finally, my voice. Oh, the wolves. All right, let me pull up a different hair color, because I know I've shown you guys the pink. Pink works fine, right? I'm sorry, my kitten is adorable, but man, is she being a pain in the butt. See, like when I do this palette, it's purple, because I'm adding pink to the mix of the blue. So here it is absolutely purple. You know what, Yura, burn out even if she is super mom. Oh, Yura's not even gonna be streaming until like the weekend. Do colorblind orcs in 40k exist? Oh no. That's such an idea. Guys, I beseech you to behave this stream. I'm just gonna be low energy, that's all. Little demon. Oh my god, Dawn, what's she doing? What are you doing, baby girl? I still have my bagel that I haven't been able to even bite into because I've had no time to eat or drink anything. I have a cup of coffee that's barely any of it's been drunk yet. They's lucky, they's blue, they's purple, you get. Oh my goodness. How have the cats reacted to the baby? They've handled it quite well, but they don't stay in the same room as her because we separate them. we want the baby to be away from everybody at the time. What are you two doing? Can you guys stop? Here, look, Scrunchy. Oh my god, look. Scrunchy, go. Go get it. She doesn't want it. God damn it. Alright, well, now I gotta take the food and put it on the desk. Because I can't leave it on the floor. Liam and Russ gonna be like your cats? Annoying and high energy? Okay, well, let me turn off the colors. Okay, let me get rid of this. Let me go over here. How's the lion cub doing? She's doing really well. She's doing really, really well. Tetra, you gotta consume the nutrients. I'm trying. It's hard. You have to understand, the only times I sleep are like in shifts with Yura, right? So like, and Yura's still not even getting enough sleep. So like, that's why like my dad and my stepmom have been coming. So that way she's able to actually go to sleep for, you know, a few hours, like an hour or 2 hours at a time. Congratulations again. Thank you, Ice Bat. Annoying and high energy, Lehman and Russ, correct? Really? It's kind of funny. Alright, well, I guess I can't wait to find out. Alright, let's get right into it, though. Let's get right into it. My kitten is extremely problematic right now. I hear her just doing everything she should not be doing. Glad to hear you have people that... It still looks purple to me. Oh, well, it's a me problem. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. It's like, the thing is, right, like, if I pull up my reference sheet, it makes it easier again. But, like, it's just kind of funny. It's just kind of funny. Hello, Doodlebug. Do you still really want to get to my bagel? She's literally climbing on my desk to get to the bagel. Okay. Let's get this open. Oh my god, Dawn. She wants attention is what this is. This is definitely because she just wants attention. Oh my goodness. Dawn. Stop. Please do not take down that shelf. Please. I beg you. Hold on, let me just go grab her. What is she doing? Oh my god. He enjoys himself. He's entertaining for a bit, I'll admit, but Lehman Russ is an idiot for multiple reasons. Alright. I'm gonna find out, huh? I am looking forward to it, though. He's another one that's been highly recommended, so it's gonna be fun. I always enjoy these anyway. And all right, so I'm trying to think of how long this is gonna be. So this is an hour and 19 minutes, so it's gonna probably take me about an hour and a half. We'll be 2 hours in after this. I'm gonna try to get 2 more videos in after this, but I don't know if that's gonna even be possible. But we'll see. My backlog may start getting eaten up, but that is okay. Like, that's what the backlog was there for. So I might, even if I only get 2 videos done today, I have, let me just really check, refreshing my page. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3 videos scheduled still, which means I'm good until the 11th is when I need another one. So if I do 2 videos today, I'll be good until the 13th. Because I'll have the 11th, the 12th, and the 13th done. So I'll be good all the way until the 14th will be the next one I need after this, if I get 3. If I get 2, I'll still be good for the 11th and the 12th. But I'll be back on YouTube again Friday anyway, which is the 9th. So I'm going to be okay. I might only be able to get like a couple videos ahead, but as long as I can leave a couple ahead, it gives me the variables that or the safety net I need if I have to take time away. Today we learned about Space Wolf, leader of the Space Wolves, and his pet Space Wolf, Wolf, and his flagship, the Space Wolf. Citation needed. She wants you to watch Magnus instead of Levin. Dawn might be a covert 1000 son. You know what? That'd be really funny. That's really funny. Even though we have a cat named Magnus as well. All right, let's get this video on the road. All right, now this is a more recent one. Do we think that they're gonna have Bricky's video fixed? Do we think that? Wait. Okay. Side note. I'll even leave this in the video. I am over the moon. Pancreas followed me. Okay, like you want to talk about a moment where like Senpai noticed me? Just saying. Pancreas now knows I exist. Just saying. Just saying. Just dropping that out there. Kind of having a little my little fangirl moment. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Back to the video. Will DK's audio be fixed? Will DK's audio be fixed? I'm gonna say no, even though this is only a 1-year-old video. I think that's probably good, right?
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Adeptus Ridiculous podcast.
Oh, the art got updated.
The
The art's so much better.
Grimdark. But before we get into that, if you enjoy today's episode and you maybe want to support the podcast, head over to patreon.com/Adeptus Ridiculous, where you can get access to the Discord, bloopers if they happen. The $15 tier gets you access to all of our crispy posters in HD digital format. And, Bricky, guess what? New poster.
The January poster. The first of the brand new year.
The first of 2024. Are you?
Oh, and speaking of the posters, obviously I can't do it right now because everything's a little bit busy with the baby. But once things calm down, I'm going to reach out for that Drakari artist. I'm going to see if I can get merch rights so I can actually make that the first month poster, because I told you guys we're going to try doing their formula, and we're going to make the third tier on Patreon get a poster every month. So I'm going to try getting you guys something cool every month on there as well, because everybody's over there. Everybody who is over there and supports, you guys are incredible. Honestly, you really are. Okay,
ready for the new poster.
I don't know, because I can't ever judge your tone anymore. You've gone every direction with every kind of poster, so I don't know.
You'll love it. You'll like it. You'll like it. You might not love it, but you will enjoy it. It's a Bricky forward poster. Yes.
All right. Let's see it, Shy.
Give him the business.
Let's see this Bricky forward poster. Oh, that is a Bricky forward poster.
Yeah, it's the guard. I forget
good.
which regiment it is though. Shy told me.
Those are
I don't remember.
Tempestus Scions.
Ah, yes.
Those are pretty good.
All I remember is there were like 2 variants. One was helmeted, one...
Oh, so wait, so Lehman was the last one they did? I thought that Lehman's really popular. Did they just not want to deal with it? Were they like concerned that people were going to have like a negative outburst to their takes on him? Because I mean, from everything I've heard, he just seems like he's relatively interesting. Like it may only be surface level, but it can't be more surface level than some of the other ones. I'm sure it's going to be fine.
Had a hat, and so there's one with the helmet, one with the hat. And it's good. It's great art. I love it. I think it's great looking.
I think that's fantastic. I love the Scions. They're one of my favorite units. They're really just cool looking. They got the gas masks are awesome. I like the berets they wear a lot. That's good. You know what? I'm happy with that. And
Bricky forward poster.
Bricky forward poster. And you, viewer, can purchase this poster now at orchid8.com.
Yes.
Link in the description. Check it out.
I don't mean to be harsh. I think it's just one of the weaker posters that they've released. Because there's some amazing
brand new poster.
You,
like that one's like a 7.
Purchase this poster now.
Mods, buy this poster.
Buy this poster. Which means, Shad, the next poster needs to be like ultra cursed. We've given a Bricky forward poster. The next one needs to be like Bricky.
Okay, wait. So they weren't familiar with him. It was just the last before they did the tier list. I gotta tell you the truth. I cannot wait to redo a tier list because I know that I ruffled some jimmies with my my surface level tier list when I first started the hobby. So I cannot wait. I cannot wait to do an actual one and just probably piss people off even more because my tier list will be based on what I understand and know now, which will piss people off way more.
He's nightmare incarnate, so it needs to be just the most anime woo thing ever.
Naturally, with life, one must give and take, and
It's a balance. You cannot have light without dark, right?
Ah, the Alan Wake.
Oh, is that an Alan Wake thing?
I mean, isn't that kind of the whole point of the?
Well,
the
yeah,
end
I
of the
guess
first
kind of.
game?
Yeah.
Alan Wake.
You haven't played the second one yet, though, right?
Not yet.
But you played the DLC, so you know who Mr. Scratch is, right?
I played the American Nightmare spin-off game with Mr. Scratch.
I did not, and I was very confused in Alan Wake 2 for a little bit. But anyway, we're
Sorry, the comments. Imagine how fun it will be when we make the tier list and people wonder why I put like a picture of Erebus in place of Vulcan. And I'm just like, oh yeah, all right. So we have Erebus, the Primarch of the 18th. You know, he is a huggy boy, so we're gonna have to put him up pretty high. He is a nice guy after all.
sidetracking. We're sidetracking a little bit.
It is. One last thing on that though: do not play American Nightmare. It is dog shit. It is.
Oh well, I guess I'm glad I skipped it.
It is awful. Oh my god, it's like a 2 out of 10. Genuinely, it's terrible. Anyway, enough of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so got ourselves.
For the tier list, you gotta make an art of Conrad kicking Vulcan like the JoJo's meme. Isn't it worse if I don't even put Vulcan in the tier list and I just put Erebus in there instead? Was the Vulcan episode just that bad? It's just become a meme. It's just become a meme at this point that we could just dog on Vulcan by saying that Erebus is actually the Primarch of the 18th Legion. It stems from the fact that the people who were really upset about my opinion of Vulcan came back in the Lorgar video, and they made the Lorgar video taken down as well because of a conversation about Vulcan, not about Lorgar or the Word Bearers. So the Word Bearers were less toxic than the Salamander fans.
Got ourselves
It's a big one, right?
It's a big one.
It wasn't Salamander fans themselves. It was Vulcan fans, because like I was explaining how I like the Salamanders, but I don't like Vulcan, and I think that he's a bit of a boring character. And people were really upset by this, and they got very, very angry, and they started making personal commentary. So it got a little bit silly. Make a Vulcan post-credit scene like Pancras. I will tell you this. If I ever get a real collab with Pancras, if he actually thinks that I am cool enough to do a Drukhari video with, right? Or something along those lines, I will beg him to be able to do a post-credit scene just being like, Vulcan's mid. Or Vulcan sucks. Or something along those lines. I will scream. There was that one time Erebus accidentally stabbed Horus with the anathema blade, but he felt bad about it afterwards, so it's okay. You know what? Yeah, you're right.
Fun.
Ooh.
It's a big one. It is a big one. I gotta be honest. There's not a lot of quotes on.
Yes!
Okay. So.
Yes!
Whoa.
Oh.
Don't you dare. The issue that we run into here is that the quotes for this particular topic they're too obvious.
Even for me?
Thank you, Erebus Primarch.
Oh yeah.
Erebus Primarch of the 18th is giving free hugs from now until noon. I want you to know just how kind of a Primarch Erebus actually is. Look at him in chat right there. He spent money as a super chat to let you know that he will give you free hugs, for he is in fact the huggy boy.
Oh.
And that's
it's
the hardest.
Space Wolves!
He got it! Let's go!
Did I really? Is it actually the Space Wolves?
Exactly. Let's go. Well, you didn't quite get it. I mean, it's Lehman Russ.
Oh,
like,
right. It would be Lehman Russ
his
first,
mini's
and
pretty
then
cool.
it would be the Space Wolves. Right.
That's actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Every quote I had the word Wolf King, Lehman, or Russ in it. So I
think maybe, yeah, that would have been a little obvious if all of them have Lehman, Russ, or Wolf in them. Fair enough.
Which, like, makes a lot of sense when you realize that Lehman Russ is known as all kinds of names, mostly involving the Wolf King, the
Wolf
Great
King,
Wolf, the Lord of Winter and War, etc.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Is Tetra friends with Gremlin May? Yeah, May's my friend. I adore her. She's a sweetheart.
little hard to have thrown out a solid quote, all things considered. But yes, I guess I think we should still chuck this up as a point for DK Shy.
What? Oh, yeah. I should get a point for that, considering I just threw it out into the ether, just thinking like, oh, it's a big episode. Surely it's got to be one of the chapters we haven't covered, and that's, I guess, Space Wolf.
Sorry, this comment actually warrants pausing. Primark, that's amazing. The Space Wolves are boring. Can we watch Peppa Pig instead? No, sweetie. You have to watch your Space Wolves before you can enjoy your Peppa Pig.
And the Thousand Suns?
I think the last two. I don't think we're missing any after those.
Yeah.
Random guest doesn't count. All right, she's just. You know what?
So I
give
get
you
a
the
point.
Credits. You get a point.
Cool.
I'm giving you a point.
Nice. Yeah.
It's like a gold star, but Shy like fucking smudged it.
Oh. Yeah, half of
Anywho.
it is like ripped off and broken and doesn't stick anymore. And
Yeah, it's like a bad gold star.
yeah.
Anyway, yes, Lehman Russ, the Wolf King himself, the Emperor's Executioner, also known.
Yeah, a very single-minded man, from what I've heard.
Also, Commissar, I saw the artwork you made. I will say this, gamers. Commissar made Drakari art of me, and it is the most unhinged art I have seen so far that has been made of me as fan art. I appreciate it. You are unhinged.
So that's a great point to start this thing off. Is this episode's? So I knew a good bit about Russ, often through the through osmosis with a lot of the other Primarchs and various 40k lore. Space Wolves are absolutely a decently popular faction. I know many people that have Space Wolf.
Oh, so the miniatures they actually have wolves for the miniatures too. I guess. Oh, wait a minute, but they're not actually wolves. You know, now knowing the fact that they're not actually wolves and seeing the miniatures, man. Oh, I don't like that.
Space Wolf armies, and you know, for the most part, they're pretty solid.
Yeah, they're wolf Vikings.
They are wolf Vikings. I mean, they're Vikings first before they're wolf stuff.
But they're called Space Wolves. Come on, I mean.
Well, the
wolves
horse was
have
the
the asterisk.
Luna Wolves.
True, but he's also a traitor. He's a filthy traitor.
He is a filthy traitor. But it is a little interesting learning and reading up even more about Lehman Russ.
Does he have a book?
Like an actual like a personal Primarch book?
Yeah, like a Primarch book.
So depends on what you're referring to.
Oh, wait, I know for a fact that they have one because I remember when we were looking at the Son of the Forest book, right? And there was like the special version from the Black Library, which, mind you, you guys actually got me, which is insane. The fact that it was gotten for me as a celebration for my daughter's birth makes it even more important to me. So like I'm gonna treasure that thing forever. So again, thank you to all of you guys. But I saw that they have one for Lehman Russ.
By Primarch book, because a lot of the Primarchs have Primarch books. This one would be Wolf's Bane.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But these Primarch books are not necessarily like Primarch raising books.
Is Guy Haley a good author?
Oh, it's like something important they did after they became a Primarch and just kind of.
It's like like so Perturabo, for example, he had a book that bounced between his younger life and his older life, and it gave him a crapload more lore. You had Alfarius's book, you know, for what we can take in truth with that one.
It's such a good. Oh my god, I cannot wait to actually sit and read through it because just the bit we've talked about this a ton. I need to read the Alfarius book. Like I really need to because every bit that I understand of it so far is incredible. So I need that one. I think it's also written by the same author as the Son of the Forest one. I think, right? All right, let me go check. Let's see. Mike Brooks, and then Son of the Forest. Mike Brooks. Pretty sure it's Mike Brooks in it, right? Yeah, look at that same author. Okay, I'm a happy camper. I know that both of them are going to be great then.
Is a lot like Dorn's book, Praetorian of Terra or whatever, which is mainly like heresy stuff.
Yeah, not upbringing, just what they were doing during or
congratulations.
right before the heresy and
just
during the heresy.
And like they're still bouncing around, don't get me wrong, but it's more like Fulgrim is often centered around Fulgrim, and there's a lot less of like his time on Fenris. No, or well,
right.
Fulgrim would be crap. What the hell is Fulgrim's home planet called again?
Whatever his home planet is, not important right now.
For a second one.
But it would be Fenris for Lehman Russ.
Yeah.
So yes, but no.
Okay.
So in fact, his doing the research for Lehman Russ, as I've mentioned to our viewers many a times, is that the Primarch episodes are not to cover every deed that they've done, because oh my god, it is to cover it's a lot. It's to cover the understanding of the character. Like, I want you to leave here really, really getting Lehman.
Yeah. Not every little minutia of their life, but just you have a firm understanding of what the Primarch is about.
And that created an interesting challenge to this episode, because Lehman did not take long to research.
Oh, really?
Wait, why?
I imagine his research is a lot of, the Emperor sent him to kill someone, and then he did.
Well, that's a lot of his deeds, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Lehman is a simple man.
Congrats. Okay. Congrats once again. I'm getting you a #1 soccer mom. I will literally drink from the #1 soccer mom cup every single day, Martask. Don't even. I will proudly wear that title.
Now, we can't confuse simple with being like dull or non-complex.
Yeah.
Lehman has intrigue. He has very like interesting parts about him and very fascinating character quirks. So like, yeah, memes aside, he's not like a moron.
Oh yeah, certainly. Yeah. Well, no Primarch is. Right?
No, but he's not like the dim-witted, I just want to drink and kill guy.
Right. I don't know if you got to the part in Son of the Forest yet where they were kind of describing Primarchs, and they were like, yeah, the greatest human in history might, in their preferred field that they have been studying their whole life and that they are masterful at, may one day reach the knowledge level of a Primarch in a field the Primarch didn't care about.
What?
And I was like, oh. So yeah, Primarchs are no joke. They're not stupid, regardless of if they're like the Primarch of war or the Primarch of drinking or whatever. They're still like upper echelon.
Right.
I mean, in even in the 40k universe, Primarchs are like the closest thing we really see to what, like, and you guys can correct me if you think I'm wrong, but like they're borderline demigods, right? Like, if we're considering someone like the Emperor of Mankind to be almost godlike, because people theorize that he could have been an old one, and there's a bunch of other things too that people were theorizing of what he could have been. You think of the Primarchs almost like how Hercules was. Where he was a demigod, right? They kind of have that vibe where they're just well beyond anything that a mortal could really be. Because I mean they are, but I don't know. I don't know how 40k fans would feel about that type of label, because I know that there's like the term God is really nuanced in 40k, so it's like it's tough to just like stamp that on somebody. If you don't mind me asking, obviously we should never learn your kid's real name, but yeah, we so on Twitch and everybody, I just call her BB. Because my favorite game ever is Death Stranding, and I actually played it when we first learned about the pregnancy, and I really resonated with BB and Lou, so I just call her BB. So yeah, you guys can just refer to her as BB. I know Penn calls her Lou, but I like BB.
And so that was the biggest challenge here, was to describe Lehman Russ in a way that had everyone understand him as a person, despite him very much saying what he is on the tin, but like also trying to get down to the minutia. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into his history.
Let's do it.
So Lehman Russ, Primarch of the Space Wolves, son of the Emperor. Space Wolves being the 6th Legion. I actually didn't write this down. I'm trying to remember if I'm just correct.
Sure.
I'm pretty
Their paint scheme
sure
is,
it's the 6th Legion. I'm
Google.
trying.
I don't know.
Google.
They're kind of like, their armor is almost like, I mean, I know it's just a combination of colors, but it's like it's just what is it, like, what would we even refer to this color as? Because it's not, it's like a dull cyan. It's like a dull cyan with the yellow plate. It's not bad. It's just weird. It's just kind of a weird palette.
Hey Siri, what legion are the Space Wolves?
Oh yeah, I was right. 6. Hell yeah. I didn't think I would need it, but I nailed it.
Oh man, Siri didn't give me shit.
Wow, how dare she? But yes, Primarch of the 6th Legion, he, like all the other Primarchs, was yeeted across the galaxy after the entire Primarch project, and the Emperor had to go find him, yada yada.
See, that looks good.
Yep.
So the person who painted this one, that steel blue looks great. Like that I would say is a really, really cool way of doing it. The matte version of this that they did for that army that was in the previous picture, I don't think looks good. This looks amazing. Like this armor, I think, while it's still the exact same vibe, making it actually have the metallic look and making it a bit more subtle, I think is really, really appealing.
Was
unless this is the
dropped
30K
on Fenris, a extraordinarily cold. I don't know if we would call Fenris a death world. I'm not quite sure if it's classified as a death world. But
wow,
it is
that is a half white planet. Also, appropriate name for the Primarch of the Space Wolves to land on Fenris. A little on the nose, but that's okay. It's 40K.
This time, like, this might be the most on the nose of them all. as far as things go, this might be the most on the nose episode we have.
Okay.
It's something. But yes, it's a feral world and a death world. Those are
it's another
two
death
options.
world.
So very, very low technology and also death world. Yeah, it's no catachin, but the temperatures are definitely one of the biggest aspects.
Still no fun. Not a fun place to land. Yeah.
So Lehman gets yeeted onto this world, and he is found by a very deadly mother thunderwolf.
Oh.
Roos and Lion were mirrors of each other. Roos was a deep thinker that played up being a barbarian. Lion was a savage predator with pretended to be a knight. Yeah, no. I remembered seeing that before, Dane, and that's actually the reason why the Lion is one of my all-time favorites, because the idea of being an insane predator while being like this, coming across as this regal knight is just hits so much harder for me than the inverse. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure that I'm going to think Lehman Russ is going to be just as cool or in the same ballpark of being cool. It's just the inverse is just not to the same level for me.
And instead of killing him, the wolf raises him as one of her own.
Oh wow, he is literally raised by wolves, huh?
I did a double take when I first read this, and
will they talk about them not being wolves in this?
You gotta be shitting me. No freaking way.
So Lehman Russ, leader of the Space Wolves, literally raised by wolves, huh?
He was literally raised by wolves for a good portion of his childhood.
Okay. Are thunder wolves just like really big wolves or something?
They're basically an offshoot of wolves of Terran wolves that are on this planet, except they're just enormous.
So like a dire wolf.
Yeah, but like quadruple the size of a dire wolf.
Ooh,
because
that's a Princess Mononoke wolf.
I mean, yeah, kind of a little bit. Yeah, sometimes. Depends on the size of the wolf. This is a death world after all.
Sure.
So he was raised by these wolves and also had two particular brother wolves. Their names escape me right now, but I think I actually have it here. It's definitely from Norse mythology side. Here it is. Freki and Gary.
Okay, so it's not
Gary?
I said it because I was thinking of the Roman origin story, because you mentioned before that he got the Roman start, right? And then you had the brother wolves, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is gonna straight up, they're gonna be named Romulus and Remus, and then I should have realized it would have been Norse. My bad.
The Geri, maybe it's a Giddy or something.
Gary.
No. I don't know how to describe it, but they're
all right.
the wolfkins of Russ, his brothers growing up, so to speak. One is the brown one in the background of that photo, and then there's the white furred one in the front.
Okay. I'm surprised we didn't get like a Scotty or something.
I mean, to kind of explain how big they are, here are their minis.
Whoa!
That's a space marine right there. So like they're pretty chunky, dude.
Jeez, they're like the size of a small tank.
Yeah, they're really big.
Nice. I love a giant wolf. I gotta be honest with you, they're very cool.
So he was raised alongside these wolves, and all went and go pillaging for wolves and the like, or wolves pillaging for food for the wolves and all. And eventually, a group of hunters and folk found them and began, murdering them with poison arrows and all kinds of other stuff because they're giant wolves, and that's what people do.
Sure. I mean, they'd probably eat you if you didn't.
Yeah, so Lehman Russ, pissed off, killed about a dozen of them with his hands because he was a feral wolf boy.
A feral wolf Primarch boy.
And especially because they also killed the mom wolf that he was raised by. So rest in peace, Mom Wolf.
Wait, you killed them?
Poor mama.
But eventually, after
did I mishear that?
Raised by, and especially because they also killed the mom wolf that he was raised by. So rest in peace, Mom Wolf.
Oh, poor mama.
But eventually, after a dozen or so of them died, a lot of them like, wait a second, that's a kid.
Wait a minute, that's no wolf.
It's like,
that's no moon.
What the hell? And so they stopped attacking them and escorted both Lehman and his two wolf brothers back to the camp, kind of, carefully, but to be like, hey,
with
what
all
the hell?
Care and definitely want to give them a wide berth when you're walking them into town.
I would have liked if this whole opening thing did get a bit more fleshed out, but at the moment we don't have a lot. Basically, eventually they welcomed them into the tribe of Russ. Oh, that's the name of the tribe. It's the Russ tribe.
Makes
and
sense.
They went to go meet the king, King Thengir of the Russ.
I should have realized this because I've been saying Rus anyway. Is his first name a reference to the Rus Vikings? Like, is every element of his character just so on the nose that there's like there's like no nuance at all? It's like every single faction or every single factor of his being is a reference to something else. That's actually it's funny. It's funny.
And the king, despite the objections of some of his court, took mercy on him as a boy and sought to train him for his youthful potential despite the objections.
I think that's fair. Like, if you can train him to actually like humans and serve humans, there's no reason not to. You saw what he can do. I mean, better to have him on your side than against, without a doubt.
And
then you get all his wolves.
Yeah, and then you get the wolves, but then you also...
Yeah, he's the most on the nose. He's not just on the nose, he is the nose.
We've got to remember, like, hey, this kid is out and, like, living in the wild, and it's, like, negative 100 out here in Fenris sometimes or whatever. Like, it is...
Hey, Warboss. All right. Let's be real here, all right? Ferrus Manus with the actual Iron Hands that piloted the Iron Hand is still nothing compared to the Lehman Russ, the Rus Viking reference, who's named the King of Wolves on a planet called Fenris, where he literally becomes where his legion literally becomes the Space Wolves as well. Like it's insane. Welcome to the blossoming creativity of GW. I feel like there are some really creative things about GW, but it does seem to be with the Primarchs that and the funny thing is there are some Primarchs I think are really deep. There are some Primarchs that I think are really, really deep. But as far as their naming structure, it's definitely something.
Is inhospitable in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and he's just out there with loincloths, I guess, or like pelts.
I don't really know, because if he had a pelt, then they would assume he's skinned to the wolves, so I don't really know exactly.
Well, maybe one of the wolves died of natural causes, waste not, want not, and,
Here's a great thing. Want to read Shai's description of Fenris?
Sure.
Oh, God.
During the summer months, volcanoes erupt, burning great ashes with lava flows and churning the seas, spreading great floods and tidal waves. As the planet enters its long winter, the temperature drops so far that most of it actually ices over, giving the planet the appearance of a snowball from orbit. Oh, that's chilly. That's
Death World.
Death World.
We love our Death Worlds.
Hooray.
So, in classic Primarch fashion,
three Primarchs now are on
Lehman
Death Worlds?
was
Or from Death Worlds?
learned things really quickly. He learned to speak really fast because he's a Primarch.
Yep.
Became their best fighter by far because he's a Primarch.
Sure.
And he was given the name Lehman. So he was Lehman of the Russ.
Okay.
Hence
Lehman of the Russ. Yeah, hence
of the
his
Russ
Lehman
tribe.
Russ name. Yeah.
Exactly. So eventually, King Thengir passed away, natural reasons, and he was then elevated to the title of King of Wolf King of the Russ tribe. In classic Primarch fashion, he ruled extremely well. He brokered a peace between man and wolf, which was kind of baller.
Yeah, that's sick. Truly the Wolf King.
True.
Do you guys notice though? And I'm sure it's deliberate because they're all genetically made from. Well, they're not made from the Emperor, but the Emperor did make them, right? They all kind of have the same face. Like not all of the Primarchs, obviously, because you have like Jagatai Khan and stuff like that. But like, if you look at this picture and you shave his head, you got Horus. You know, and that same face is then superimposed as well onto like Alfarius, and then you have that face superimposed as well on like Vulcan, unironically, just slightly different slight changes, but they all have like the exact same face. I know it's also just artwork, but like I swear the Horus face is just like on so many of them. It's the artist, I think. So you're just telling me that the artist who drew them just was incapable of drawing different looking people? Vulcan looking at Gilliman twins. No, I'm not saying all of them. They're like I said, Gilliman doesn't really show it as much either. But like Lehman Russ, all the faces I see of Lehman Russ have really similar like facial structure to Horus. Same dad. Yeah, but they're not like literally his sons. They're his progeny because he created them. Like I like. Did they ever explain like what specifically the Primarchs are made from? I remember somebody saying that they were partially made from chaos or made from the warp, right? And that's one of the reasons why they're like susceptible to it or more susceptible to it or something like that. Well, as Big E's kid, not gonna lie, when I draw Khan as not gonna lie, people draw Khan as do you mean just Asian? Asiatic, but he probably does look like the others. Gotcha. Erda's genes didn't stand a chance. Yes, they kind of are. Technically, they are, though. They're made from the Emperor. They were made from his DNA as well as others. Alfarius also has that. So I said Alfarius. Yeah, Alfarius is the face, too. They have the Emps genes. They're his test tube babies. Is his genetics. Okay. He used his and Erda's DNA. Okay. Genetics, info, and Big E and Erda, plus the warp gods. Okay, so there was warp stuff. Okay. The Horus face, yeah. They also got animal DNA as well, if I remember correctly. Him and Erda's genes, plus warp magic. We love the warp magic. They're genetically the sons of the Emperor. Okay.
Really the Wolf King, but between his upbringing,
Nice. Sugar, spice, and nothing nice. And a healthy dose of Chemical X. Emperor DNA and chaos. Thank you.
with the wolves, and now his Primarch intelligence, the wolves and the humans lived mostly in harmony, which is pretty impressive, all things considered.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty dope place to live where like humans and wolves just like coexist and they're just kind of like you have your own little wolf familiar with you. I guess not really a familiar, but you little wolf friends. That's cool.
Yeah. And they're often utilized a lot in the tabletop. You can actually just run just wolves.
A theory is Big E lured in a non-chaos powerful warp entities into the... wait. A theory is Big E lured in non-chaos powerful warp entities to forge their souls, their bodies, however, are more so bioengineered. Big E's DNA and Erda's. Okay, so you're saying that their souls are made from warp entities. That's something.
Like,
Yeah.
not your entire army isn't all wolves, but like you can run units of like 10 packs of wolves.
Oh, you can have space marines that are riding wolves. I just saw that picture that Chai posted. That's
Thunderwolf Cavalry is what they're called.
Ooh, that's pretty cool, dude.
Their Thunderwolf Cavalry are actually one of the more popular units in the Space Wolves for clearly obvious reasons.
Oh yeah, if I was running Space Wolves, I would have a ton of the Wolf Riders. Absolutely.
Yeah, they're really, really fun. And you know, they have those wolves, but they also have just like Thunder.
Vulcan is the only empath Primarch, so it makes him look different, maybe. No, he's got the same face. He's got the same face as the rest of them. It's just the planet, I think, that made his skin look like that. But I always love seeing him being perceived as an empath, truly. It brings me joy. When Daddy Emperor loves Galactic Conquest very much, he dumps his genes and a bunch of who knows what into a blender and sets it to splice. I love that.
Which are just the wolves by themselves.
Yep.
And that's fun.
Mauling the Space Marine.
Yeah, Fenrisian wolves just on their own, running around, jumping on things.
Very cool. Very cool. I gotta say, I'm digging the Space Wolves more and more as this goes on.
So, one important thing, a lot of the wolves do have...
Primarchs are made of Emperor DNA, Urda DNA for the physical, warp stuff for the soul. Primarchs are like greater demons, but bound to reality. Okay, cool. Thank you, by the way, Dane.
Cybernetic enhancements because they've been injured in battle. It's kind of neat.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Cyborg wolves, let's go.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We'll get more into this in the actual
Space Wolves episode. Yeah.
It's neat. Here's an important thing. A lot of the tales of Leman Russ's early life are written by Gnarl the Elder, which is basically just this person who kind of wrote down a bunch of old school sagas. So Space Wolves as a faction are all about stories, much like Norse mythology is.
I was going to say that sounds like a very Viking thing. One might also say it's a little gnarly.
Leman Russ would kill you for
I
that.
hate that.
Yep. That would not be the first offense he would kill me for. I am sure if I talked to Leman Russ, he would just, yeah.
Actually, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. He might not kill you for that, but he would genuinely be upset.
Written by Naruto.
He would bitch slap my face so hard, like my skin would just, yeah.
But a lot of the whole idea of the Space Wolves are all about their sagas. It's about creating a story of legend, of deed.
Okay.
A lot, like even in game, the Space Wolf special ability is called Deeds Worthy of Saga.
Wow.
And it's all about like if you do like really crazy things in game, you get buffs. And so that's the whole idea, is you're building up your saga.
Okay. Yeah, very, very on the nose Norse mythology, but I like it. That's cool. Like Norse mythology has always been like super interesting, and I kind of love that honorable saga, right? So you can get into Valhalla, or your name will be remembered in song for all of eternity until Ragnarok or something. You know, I love that. That's cool. So a lot of Leman Russ's early times are told in that oral style, you know, transferred from person to person. And so it talked a lot about like how he would turn back whole armies by himself. He would wrestle Fenrisian mammoths and then cook it that evening and eat it, lifting entire trees from the ground. You know, just crazy stories of Leman, which like some of those I could totally believe because he's a goddamn Primarch. It's a Primarch, yeah, sure. I mean, imagine an exaggerated story about a Primarch, like as if they weren't already like superhuman. Yeah.
Ironically, though, if anyone was to exaggerate the stories of themselves, it would be Leman Russ. If anyone, so we read Lions of the Forest, and they have like Kai, one of the risen Dark Angels. And he always talks about how he was like, well, I would have defeated them all with my superior bladesmanship. Kind of like taking the piss out of himself.
Yep. That was their dynamic. He was, he would exaggerate, and then his friend would bring him back down to earth, and look at our little friend group.
So because of that, Lehman is kind of that way where he'll talk himself up in this really boastful, bombastic way, kind of knowing full well he's full of shit.
Pretty much a reskinning of Beowulf, let's be real. I mean, but aren't a lot of the Viking sagas formatted that way, right? What was his name? I don't remember. The one that the show Viking was actually written about, right? Wasn't his whole his whole story written in this way? And then he had Bjorn Ironside, his son, and then he had Ivor the Boneless, right? They always have these the Viking sagas written that way.
But he just really
then
likes
if you challenge him, he might have been exaggerating, but he can back it up.
Well, yeah, because he's Lehman
So it's not
Russ.
like you're going to step to him and be like, "Oh, Lehman Russ, you're full of shit," and he's like, "Really? Try me."
But
Ragnar Lothbrok, yes.
So, for example, when the Emperor arrived, because he heard of these crazy deeds, and he's like, "That sounds like my son," he arrived in...
Mind you, just saying, totally off topic. If you like Norse mythology, or not mythology, sorry, mythology is the wrong word here. If you like Norse history or like the sagas and storytelling, go watch the show Viking until like the last season. Outstanding. I liked it almost as much as I like Game of Thrones in the early days. It was really good.
In his own little cloak and feel that made him look like just a regular old plain robed figure. Mm-hmm. Though everyone else who were sober in the hall, as well as the wolves, kind of shrunk away from his presence because he's the emperor.
Sure.
And Lehman there, of course, never to be one without a challenge, just kind of laughed.
Sorry, to pause this one more time, I need to ask the most important question. How tall is the Emperor of Mankind? I don't know how I've managed to go months of watching constant videos to never ask the question, how tall is he? Because Space Marines are like 8 feet or 9 feet, right? Or yeah, like 8 feet. Then you have the Primarises who are a little bit taller, and then you have like Primarchs who are like 11 feet, right? So how tall is the Emperor of Mankind? Because he's taller than Vulcan, right? 10 feet? But I thought the Primarchs were 11 feet. It varies. 3 to 6 meters. He could change it as he would. I hate that. I hate that. That is such bullcrap like storytelling. It's like, yes, to make it convenient for all the different writers, we're gonna make it so he can change it at will. It's just another one of his many superpowers. Yes.
Laughed when he arrived, and
I thought you were gonna say, and Lehman never one to be sober.
Well, there's that too, but
Yeah.
Basically they were to have a contest upon each other, and if the stranger were to lose, then Lehman Russ would have the stranger serve at his side for a year. If the stranger was to win, then he would simply sit at the Wolf King's right hand during the feast and drink with him.
Oh, wow. So everything for Russ to win.
Pretty much. But the contest, of course, was chosen by Lehman. He gets to pick. Mm-hmm. So the first one was an eating contest. Naturally.
Of course.
Magnus could also physically change his height. He used that power to tower over his brother. That's actually kind of funny. That's such great compensation. Well, like, I know that Alfarius has the ability to alter the perception of himself to others, so people could see him like as a little old lady if he really wanted to, right? So I could, and since they all got gifts from the Emperor, I could see that being how the Emperor does it by altering the perception. But I didn't think it was an all psyker thing, because all Primarchs are psychers, no? So I don't know how that would end up working.
Of course, the Wolf King wants an eating contest, sure.
Also, thank you so much for the resubs, and I really appreciate it. Why don't I get a resub message? Because you're a nerd. That's why. But thank you for resubbing.
So the Emperor ate more than any other person, any other man anyone has ever seen. and by the time the Emperor finished his food, he looked up and Russ had consumed 3 times his...
Alfarius could... okay. So my mistake. I remembered that he learned from... who was the right hand of the Emperor? The one who died... the one who died on the chair during the final battle with Horus. Because I know he taught Alfarius how to use it. but I thought it was he could change the perception of himself. I didn't know it was just the Primarch aura. I thought it allowed him to blend in anywhere he wanted to. Sorry, I was talking to you, to Euro for a second. Malcador. Because it's not Malsador, right? I feel like I said Malsador last time and you guys all jumped down my throat. He's taller than the Primarchs, but if you're looking for consistency in the writing, you may want to not look at GW. Malcador the Sigilite? Okay. Primarchs are Psychers? Not necessarily, but definitely are all warp sensitive. No, I thought... So they're all... So the Primarchs are not all Psychers. The Primarchs are not all Psychers. I thought they were. Or I guess warp sensitive, I guess, would be the right word for it, right? Yorishi's awake for a minute. Hiding the aura would allow him to hide amongst his sons, for example, helping the Legion-wide I am Alfarius thing. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Well, okay. All right. He can make himself not be seen, then normally disguise himself as an old woman. He was born as a regular-sized dude in 3000 BC, but warp powers means he's as tall as he wants. Primarchs are superpowered, but not all can magic. Okay, so they're just all warp-sensitive, but not all Psychers. They're all... Yeah. See, that's what makes the Primarch one confusing to me, because they're all warp creatures, and like, by being beings of the warp, I would just kind of assume that they were Psychers. But I guess not. They all have some warp powers, but they aren't able to free... But if they have the powers, doesn't that make them a Psyker? If the power is latent or there, wouldn't that classify them as a Psyker? Yeah, no, I'm not saying that they're all active Psychers, but I thought that they all were Psychers because they're all the progeny of the Emperor of Mankind. Right? Like that's the way I was, curious about it. For example, Gilliman can't fire Psychic Blast, but he can be used as a convenient meat suit for the Emperor to borrow and kick Mortarians. Yeah, I remember that with burning the garden. Yeah, confusing is a thing with Primarchs, right? Not straight up Psychers, but they get some kind of gift, seemingly, as we find out at different times. I assume Forest Walk. We just found out about the Lion Psyker. Right. So, like, with the Lion, though, if he's able to just basically teleport himself, like, with instant transmission, being like, teleport behind you, kid, by walking through the forest, wouldn't that be a Psyker power? Psyker wannabes. The Primarchs are enigmas. It's still a mystery on the Psyker thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm the furthest thing from asserting anything. This is just when I enjoy the theory crafting and asking you guys. So I'm very privileged in a way because I get 200 plus people in here who are also all really invested in different elements of Warhammer lore. So I get different perspectives, and it's usually nice to see a consensus on stuff when it's not meme related. So, like, asking about the Psyker thing, knowing that there's a difference between being I almost said force sensitive, being warp sensitive as opposed to being a true blue Psyker, because we're kind of tossing up whether or not being an active user of it is a Psyker or someone who has latent ability is a Psyker. A Psyker can manipulate the warp. To use an example, Sanguinius and Kurz can't control their future sight, so having the ability does not make you a Psyker. So you have to actively be present. You have to actively be using the ability to be classified as a Psyker then. See, that's so weird. Psychers are like wizards, but the Primarchs are more like X-Men with a specific power. Why does that make more sense than almost anything else? Why does that... I hate how well that works. Warp field abilities are present in all Primarchs as far as I know. The abilities to channel manipulate the warp freely isn't, like a Psyker isn't. Gotcha. A Sister of Silence saw through the Emperor's psychic veil once, and Big E, true to form, straight up, a very normal Exots dude. A Blank once met Big E, though he still affected the Blank. He didn't have as much potency around it, so the Blank just saw a tired old man. Really? That's actually cool. What book is that in? That's such a cool idea. That's really, really cool. It's like Psychers are wizards and sorcerers in D&D, but other Primarchs get semi-magic via Big E means like a cleric or paladin. Okay. Cool. See? Thank you, guys. Like I always want to make sure you guys understand. 99% of the time, I'm never really trying to challenge you guys on any of the information you have because I want to learn and absorb it. The only thing I'll challenge you on is that I will die on the hill that Erebus is the Primarch of the 18th Legion. But other than that, I just love learning this stuff. So to clarify and fix what parts I don't understand correctly is always great. Forest Walk may be a psyker power, but I'll be honest and say GW stealing the same gimmick from the Green Knight in Warhammer Fantasy. I mean, I'm not surprised from the bit I know. But anyway, going back to the video, sorry. Did we start early? Yes, I started a little bit early today because I need to be able to get off early to be able to take care of the baby because the baby came. And I also will probably have to step away to help Yura with the baby for a brief moment in like 30-ish minutes, and then I'll be right back. But yeah, so I started a little bit early today. I still wanted to get 3-4 hours in, which is kind of hard to do obviously right now, but we're getting everything to work, so don't you worry. The thing about Psychers is that everything we know about them is somewhat unreliable given the actual nature of the warp, making anything related to inherently unpredictable and unknowable by its very nature. It's really interesting, but it drives you nuts. Think of it like in one way mirrors. They all have the strong warp presence themselves, but the connection isn't exactly going both ways. Okay. Congrats and morning. But yeah, if you guys ever are curious about what time I'm going to be going live, the rule of thumb is pretty straightforward, except when there's unforeseen circumstances like baby being born. I will always be on YouTube Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I will always have the waiting room up the day before. So you will always see exactly what time I will start it the day before. So if you wake up, you could always check. And if I have a waiting room, you'll know exactly when. And thank you, Minty. Thank you. All right, we're going back to video.
Food.
Whoa!
So Lehman, point 1.
Dang! Lehman's a honky boy!
The second contest was a drinking contest. In which,
he is a true Viking.
After the Emperor's 6th barrel of Fenrisian mead, there was no more alcohol to drink because Russ had drank the rest of the feast dry already.
Oh, wow.
So point 2 to Lehman.
After his 6th barrel. Jeez. All right.
So point 2 to Lehman.
Okay.
And then after this, the Emperor got really pissed off. And he was like, you are nothing more than a drunkard and a glutton just stuffing your face. So the final challenge was a trial by combat in which the Emperor was like, man, fuck this. And he took off his entire disguise, showing himself, and punched Lehman so goddamn hard with his glove that it knocked him unconscious.
That is so technically in 2 out of 3 battle against the Emperor, Lehman Russ won. He won 2 points to 1, right?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, the fact that Lehman could piss off the Emperor this quick into knowing him, I'm all for it. I love that. I love that so much.
He did, but
he beat the Emperor.
Then he got his ass kicked, and then
for being a drunken glutton.
And so
that
then
is great. Oh my god.
It's very Lehman. And so he woke up with blood in his mouth and a broken fang, and he was like, all right. And then he swore fealty to the Emperor with a smug grin on his face.
You know, I gotta be honest, I've talked a lot of shit about Lehman Russ since I initially was a big Thousand Sons fan, but the more I'm hearing, the more I'm really starting to warm up to Lehman Russ.
He's kind of a shitter.
Yeah, I don't really see a reason to dislike him.
Itty bitty bit, yeah.
He seems like a troll.
He swore fealty then to the Emperor, because clearly it was his father and the usual kind of thing.
Yeah.
You can kind of assume that Lehman probably was just taking the piss anyway.
Oh, sure. He'd probably do that to anybody that, like, challenged him, right? Like, oh, I bet I could beat you. And he's like, okay, sure.
So I really like this excerpt here, because this is when the Emperor brought him on his flagship with Horus.
Oh.
And so Horus kind of just looked at him and stared at him and was like, there's no fraternal feeling at all.
Okay, I'm going to ask this question. I've asked it before. I'm going to ask it again. How many people actually think that the armor that Horus wears actually looks cool? Because I think that he looks really stupid. Like, It's for one, it's orc body, but it doesn't look stupid on orcs. It looks stupid on Primarchs. But just casually dropping that to trigger people. But I happen to think the Terminator armor looks awful.
Like, he just saw him and he's like, "Are those actual wolves?" The Emperor said, "After a fashion, they resemble the animals of old Earth, but you would find them disappointingly small if you ever saw one." And It was just the two wolves of Lehman just sleeping on the ground on the Emperor's ship.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, if I saw Lehman Russ and two wolves, I'd be like, "Yo, that's dope. Are those wolves? Let's go."
Horus was very much like, these guys are just like primitives. Like, yeah, they're just true. A bunch of what? And the ending part of this is hilarious to me. It says, because he beamed up a lot of not just Lehman, but also a lot of his like retinue.
Oh yeah.
And it says, one of the warriors was tapping at a decanter with a dirty fingernail, puzzled by the glass. A roar of laughter went up from his fellows as he accidentally pushed it off the table and shattered it on the marble floor. Glass skittered across the hall. Priceless purple amasec soaked into irreplaceable rugs.
He's a freaking cat.
He is. He just like smacked it off the table, and all the guys are like, "Whoa,
let's go!" It's like, you ruined the rug and wasted the amasec.
It's just really funny to think about.
That is great.
He slaps it off and he's like, "Ha."
I feel like we found Lurk's favorite
I'm
Primarch.
starting to warm up to Lehman and the Space Wolves, man.
Am I making a correct assumption, Lurk? I feel like out of the Primarch so far, this would be one of your favorites.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, we're doing it. My job is getting easier.
We're doing it. You're doing it, Peter. You're doing it.
Peter, the wolf is here.
That was a Hook reference, actually, but that's okay.
Oh, sorry.
Don't worry about
it. It's fine. Anyway, so naturally, Lehman Russ gets his Legion Russ, and goes along through the Great Crusade. He gets his fancy suit of power armor. He gets a fancy frost blade called Mjolnir.
On the nose a little bit again, but go ahead.
Bit. Teeth taken from the maw of the great kraken Gormenjarl.
Oh,
okay.
Which I'm assuming is their joke of Jormungandr, maybe, but
probably, yeah. Oh, is that their armor? Do they have pelts on their armor?
So I would argue, I don't know if Shai would disagree with me, but I think the Space Wolves defect the most from the classic Space Marine look. Because they're covered in talismans, pelts, iconography. They got their giant beards and hair flowing in the wind. Oh, yeah, their Horus Heresy look is dope.
Oh my god, that looks so cool. What the fuck? Excuse me, I'm not supposed to be cursing on YouTube, but what? That looks so good. That looks so good.
Man, that's so much better than just like, because the post heresy is just kind of like, it's like blue and, what is it, yellow? Ish.
Why did they make them so much more bland?
Cool. Oh, why would they change that? Why would you ever divert from that?
I mean, they didn't like divert that much. It's just like a little bit more of a blue color.
Oh. Well, I could have sworn that they're regular, like, because the one I always remember seeing was kind of just like blue, and I remember being very unimpressed with like all the Space Wolves minis I saw, but like like you said, that Horus Heresy,
the Horus Heresy, that looks so good.
I think it's also because the Horus Heresy. I think it's a character. I think it's like one of the fancy boys.
Okay.
But like, for the most part, I don't know. They did a Joy Toy launch for Ragnar.
Maybe I just saw maybe I'm just mistaking what mini I saw. Oh, that's okay. That's really cool too, actually. Okay, I'm back. I'm back on board. Never mind. I'm back.
That's a Joy Toy one, so it's like the bigger one, obviously. But
yeah, and a little more detailed, and probably your standard mini doesn't have as much. But that is pretty cool. Okay, I'm back.
I think the issue is that because they're Space Marines, you have to make
I need you to look up the first attempt at Space Wolf MK6 helmets from Forge World. They had to cancel the first time, reboot it due to backlash. I will have to look at it afterwards, but put it in the Discord and I'll look.
Space Wolves, just a different color Space Marines. You paint them as Space Wolves, and if you want to make them look like lore accurate, you need to add all the little bits and baubles yourself.
Oh, sure. So like all of their named characters probably look really, really sick, but it's like, oh yeah, just your regular Space Marine infantry is like, yeah, it's blue.
Yeah,
you mistake it for an Ultramarine except for a little color variation here and there. Gotcha.
Yeah, so like Ragnar Blackmane, for example, has a mini that was recently done. He cut off Gazgul's head, if you remember that.
Oh, yeah.
He has a mini, and it looks a bit more correct.
Okay.
But anyway, we're getting off topic.
Yeah, we're getting way off topic. This is for the Space Wolves episode.
Right. So Lehman has all of his boys, and he has his legion. He does the usual Great Crusade thing, going out, bringing plants into compliance, the usual. But it's important to note how the Emperor and brothers saw Lehman. So there's an interesting dichotomy and dynamic between a few of his brothers. Lehman and the Lion didn't much like each other a whole lot.
Yeah, I got that.
In a weird way, they actually, I think, started to grow on each other near the end. But they often butt heads pretty consistently. And there's a neat way to look at them, is that they're kind of two sides of
the same coin,
but they're opposites in how they run it.
Right.
So
they want the same things, but they just go about getting it very differently.
Not quite. Like for example, when we talked about the Lion,
every time I see this beautiful picture, one, I can't wait for the book, but two, I still have to figure out how the heck I'm going to set up this shelf. Because my display for the Arcs of Omen has to be perfect, and the amount of work that this is going to take, first of all, it's not going to happen until the baby's a bit older, because I'm going to have to not, I have to be able to take time to do it. But I'm trying to think where on earth I'm going to put it, and I cannot wait. For everybody who does not know, one of my big project that I'm working on is I'm putting my signed copy of the Signs of the Forest front and center, right? And I'm gonna have my Lionel Johnson miniature in front of it. Then I'm going to have all of the Arcs of Omen books with their miniature in front of it, respectively. So to me, sounded like it's gonna be really, really cool. However, it's gonna be horrible to get this all on a shelf and to do it well. But I'm very excited to do it.
Was the noble knight of Caliban, but in reality, deep down, he is like a monster.
Oh yeah, for sure. Some of the things he does, yeah, he is. Whew.
Yeah, he was truly like a wild animal internally. Russ was actually a pretty decent dude, and was actually quite noble, but he wore the persona of the wild animal outwardly.
Oh, that is a great way to put it. Lion was a noble knight who was a wild animal on the inside, and Russ is a wild animal.
Look, I will die on the hill that the Charles Dance Lionel Johnson is the hottest Primarch, bar none. I will die on that hill. Look how good looking that man is. I get I have a type, but oh my god, he's so good looking.
On the outside, but inside is a noble, decent guy. Okay. That's fitting.
Yeah, the Lion is a savage playing knight, and the Lehman is a knight playing the savage.
Gotcha.
So
Cool.
it's a neat little dynamic between the two of them, and I think it's one of the reasons they butt heads a lot.
Oh, absolutely, sure.
Because there's actually a part in which the two of them kind of get pissed off at each other, and they duel for a while. It's just out of anger and stuff. But eventually, randomly during it, Lehman and Russ is like, wait a minute, this is stupid. And he just kind of laughs his ass off and walks away.
Wow, really? He just... Okay.
Yeah. He's just like, wait
hey.
a minute, this is dumb. This is stupid. I don't want to do this anymore. And he just kind of leaves.
Okay. Chad move.
And the Lion mauls really hard about this.
Oh, I'm sure he does. He probably copes, seethes, mauls, and just starts screaming and rolling on the floor like a little child. Well, okay, he probably doesn't do that. But yeah, he's probably not happy.
No, so later on, he comes back afterwards, I believe, and
Hey,
is
Bart.
like eventually just says, "We never finished what we started." And Lehman's like, "I don't care." And then the lion just stabs him in the chest.
Oh,
Just like shoves his sword all the way to the hilt in his chest, and then the lion Lehman blacks out, and then
I'm sorry, that's amazing. They get a lot of lion stuff wrong. Lion didn't see the immediately knocked Bruce out with one punch, and then they started ongoing beef with DA and SW with Dark Angels and the Space Wolves. Gotcha.
and the lion just kind of leaves. He's like, "Fuck you."
damn! What a man child.
His personal like honor or whatever was very hurt by the fact that Lehman was just like, "Wait a minute, this is stupid."
Look, I know my bias is obviously with Lion regardless, but like, you don't forget the grudge, okay? You don't walk away from the grudge.
Lion leaves like, haha, I won. Haha.
But it's not as if this is like the only time they butt heads. There was a situation in which the lion fired upon Lehman's vessel for a second. Because,
oh, really?
Because Lehman Russ, in his love for just going forward really quickly and murdering people,
I thought you were going to say because Gilliman's mother was on the ship, but...
That's good. Because he blew up a ship that the lion had already boarded and without realizing it.
Oh, okay.
And killed a shitload of the lion's top people.
Ugh.
And
Yeah,
this is one of those moments where the lion is like, or not the lion, Lehman is like, feels terrible about it and like tries to atone in that battle.
Yeah.
And apologizes and stuff.
That's a bit of an oofy. Yeah. Yikes.
So,
Lion, not the one you want to accidentally kill a bunch of his people. No.
If I'm not mistaken, there's also that interesting little part in the first Heretic book where they're all at like a boisterous party or something, and the Lehman is really drunk, or at least pretending to be drunk, and he chats with Lorgar for a bit.
Yeah.
And they kind of like seemed kind of okay with each other despite them being so horrendously different.
Oh yeah, totally opposites.
But for the most part, to really describe
Real question. I going back to the lion, but does Lionel Johnson actually like any of the other Primarchs? I know he tolerates them, but like he tolerates Gilliman and he tolerated Sanguinius, but I don't think he inherently liked them, right? So like I'm curious to know if he actually liked any of the other Primarchs.
Lehman Russwell, he was a boisterous, loud, I am going to go do whatever my dad says, and I'm going to do it.
The same thing. Lion tried to start a fight with Russ as this was after Big E was put on the throne, and Lion was distraught. This ended their beef.
Perfectly fine, because I am the Emperor's executioner. I will loudly sing my praises to the stars and murder anyone he tells me to, because I am Daddy's best boy.
Seems like the leader of a frat house.
Well, I mean,
with like a rich dad,
Oh, he is a king of the bunch of Norse dudes.
Yep. He's dope though. So far, so good. I mean, I know what he does later, but still, I am warming up to the Space Wolves and to Lehman Russ significantly more than I thought I would.
Ironic. I'd assume you'd be a little more cooling down. So, anyway, Gilliman would mention that there was a few he referred to as the Dauntless Few, which were 4 people: himself, Dorn, I think Sanguinius, I think Ferris, maybe, and also Lehman.
So 5.
And they were the ones that would never, ever betray the Imperium. Like, he fully trusted them as not having to worry about a chaos influence. And
why is Lionel Johnson not on that list? The Lion would never betray. Excuse me, do we not talk about the Fallen? We don't acknowledge the Fallen, but come on. Does any predator like the top Pred Alpha? It's true.
and Horus.
Yeah, that's fair. Though of those names, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean,
fair.
like obviously Dorn too, but
yeah, and obviously Sanguinius, and yeah.
But it also kind of goes to show the difference between the two of them, Lion and... We learn a lot from Lehman by looking at the Lion, because where Lehman is sent off to go, like, all right, comply this world, and then a whole bunch of loud space wolves drink their asses off and run down and have a great time killing people and battling. They yell it to everybody. Everyone's very clear what the... Lehman Russ is all about. He shouts his loyalty to the sky, where the Lion is like, not the Emperor's executioner, he's the Emperor's exterminator.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Like, go deal with that planet and don't let anyone know.
I was very stupidly about to ask if Lehman Russ had interacted with the Lion since he woke up, and then I was like, oh, how could he? Because he's not around anymore, right?
He's not around currently.
Yeah. So I was like, oh yeah, I guess he probably wouldn't have any interaction with Woke Up Lion, would he? Yikes, no. Sorry.
A good example of this Emperor's Executioner stuff is actually the Night of the Wolf, which you should actually remember quite well. It was when he went to go confront Angron to tell him to stop putting the butcher's nails in his sons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
that
the
was
sons
in
requested
Betrayer.
it, though, right?
Right. Didn't work out so well.
No, the two of them eventually came to blows and fought each other, but both of them kind of... Like, Lehman it's said that Lehman held back because the Emperor told him, don't kill the damn guy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, both people say they won the battle, but both kind of think they lost the battle.
Yeah. Oh, right. That's the one where, like, Angron, what is it? Is it one of his guys is like, bro, you didn't win at all. They had you surrounded and they could have killed you at any moment, but they chose to retreat. Like, how could you possibly think you won that?
I think Lorgar was the one who told him that.
Yeah, you're right. It was Lorgar that told him that. Yeah.
And so,
Man, it's been a while since we read that, actually.
Oh, yeah, Betrayer was a bit ago.
Yeah.
But Night of the Wolf was one of those situations in which it specifically was an entire...
Look at that cute little empath. He would never hurt a fly. Truly a paladin of sorts.
Statement where, hey, the Emperor's executioner, Lehman Russ, the guard dog of the Emperor, the loyal hound, would go out to do this thing, and Angron is Angron.
Angron is indeed Angron. Yes.
So now it was a small part, Night of the Wolf, but now I can post this meme, which is unironically one of my favorite memes I have seen in 40k in the last 2 years.
Okay, lay it on me.
There you go.
Now it's time for some witty back and forth banter. You go first. Look, I'm not Jewish.
That is so accurate, and that is indeed going to be one of my favorite memes going forward.
It's very, very funny.
And so accurate.
Anyway, the Horus Heresy actions of of Lehman are not particularly super... They're important, but they're small. His overall actions in Horus Heresy are small. The main big one that we've talked about a couple times already is, of course, the burning of Prospero.
Yeah, where he banes Magnus.
He basically, eventually Magnus blows through the webway for the Big E. Big E is furious and says that Magnus is a traitor. Mm-hmm. Lehman, go bring him back. God damn it. Bring him back to Terra. And then Horus intercepts them and says, hey, times have changed. He is like the biggest traitor ever. Dad wants you to kill him.
Yeah, and just burn Prospero to the ground. And of course, Lehman Russ is like, oh, it's Horus saying it. Well, that's basically the word of the Emperor.
Uh-huh.
Horus was War Master at this time, and also, you know, Lehman of all people would not fail in his duty to do what Dad wants him to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Oof.
So, though, yeah, Russ still. That being said, Russ still did try to talk Magnus down first.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, wasn't
That's
it
I've
something
never
like
heard that.
Magnus cut communication from Prospero because he felt so bad about breaking the webway that he was like, you know what? I deserve whatever's coming. Like, if they burn Prospero, I kind of deserve it.
There was a little bit of like a fealty kind of fatalism of that he had there, where he did want the Space Wolves to kill quite a lot of them for his mistakes, but he was kind of being a little whiny.
Yeah.
I mean, we still have 1,000 Suns episode to do. We can get
That's
more
true.
into that
That's
then.
true. We can get more into that when that rolls around. Sure.
But with this and the sorcery of Magnus and his folks, they brought a whole bunch of Sisters of Silence to the burning of Prospero, and as we know, absolutely razed this place to the ground.
Okay, all right.
It's called the burning of Prospero.
All right, we're going to pause here for a second. I am going to put my music on. I am going to put on a little text thing on the screen saying BRB. I'm just going to go help with the baby for a minute. I'll be back in like 5 minutes, okay? So take the chance to go pee, go get something to drink, go stretch your legs, and then we'll be right back, okay? So let me just do this. Okay, do this. Be right back. Okay, be right back, guys. Okay, I am back. Sorry about that. Damn. It was like 70 people vanished in the span of the time I was gone. I'm sorry, I had to carry my baby. I tried going as fast as I could. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for making you wait. If my mods can just make sure that they keep track of the timestamp of that gap so I can edit it out a little easier. Because again, I'm going to do all my editing for right now on my live streams on Twitch. That way I don't have to use any extra time up. So while it's not too exciting for Twitch content, I do think that way I can work a little bit less, spend more time with the baby, you know. Scatter? What? Why are we scattering? We call that the filter. You didn't need to apologize. I love you guys. You guys are the best. I love you. All right. Back to the video. Okay, ready? Here we go.
You're telling me they actually burned it to the ground?
Like, it's crazy to truly, like, state how much they absolutely obliterated Prospero. Which is why, after getting his back broken, Magnus needed to escape using the power, like asking for help with the power of Tzeentch. And that's kind of what did.
Whoa, wait. He actually, pay no mind to that sound. He just backbreakered Magnus? I knew that he ruined, like, he killed a bunch of the Thousand Sons. I didn't realize he effectively, like, shattered the spine of Magnus. Oh my god.
Damned Magnus and the Thousand Sons was
Tzeentch's.
Tzeentch and Lehman's, well, Horus's interaction, but also Lehman's kind of maybe a little too headstrong.
Yeah, maybe went a little too hard on Prospero. Maybe took a little too much fire and brimstone with him.
It's a little. I'm not huge on this part. I feel like it's a little shaky writing that Lehman would just be like, "Oh, okay, Horus, I'll kill him," and it feels a little too easy.
Maybe, yeah. But again, it's like if that's what he thinks the Emperor wants, like he is going to do it to the best of his ability and to the most complete he can.
Yeah, well, absolutely, because he is Lehman Russ and he is one of the most loyal.
Mm-hmm. Why would he question Horus? Why would he think to,
Yeah, but the issue I think is that Lehman Russ is not, because he's not stupid. And
that's true. He's not.
Despite his looks, I feel like there should have been a little bit more of a
questioning himself deal. Like, is this really what Father would want? Like, I don't have to completely burn Prosperity.
Okay, so how much about Chaos did they know at this stage when Lehman Russ burned down Prospero? It wasn't a one-sided fight. Magnus punched out one of Lehman's hearts. Oh, because they have multiple, right? They have 2 hearts as a Primarch. And the T-Sun's headshot, a lot are helmetless wolves. Oh.
Like, I can, like, take it over and conquer it, but maybe I don't have to, like, literally kill everybody and just leave it ash, right?
And maybe he could have just asked Dad, just like, hey, we sure about
confirmation, please, yeah.
But, like, that's going above, and Horus is the War Master, so, like, I get it, but it does feel like a little shaky.
Yeah.
Regardless, yes, so Magnus gets thrown into the warp portal and all that stuff, and after leaving this, Lehman has a bit of a run-in with the Alpha Legion. You may remember the Alpha Legion specifically they talked with Jagatai Calm when we talked about the Calm, and Jagatai was like, I don't know which one of you is loyal, so I'm just going to stay out of this, bye.
Fair enough.
And so there was a big fight with the Alpha Legion. There's Lehman going to town on one of the Terminators.
Yeah, I imagine Lehman Russ would kind of dunk on the Alpha Legion, like just I mean, I guess they'd probably use a lot of trickery and stuff, but for some reason in my head, if there was like, oh yeah, there's a fight between Alfarius, and the Space Wolves and Lehman Russ, it's like
the reason why Alfarius and the Alpha Legion would win that fight is because half the Space Wolves would kill each other, because then they would just rip off their helmets and be like, I am Alfarius.
Like, man, Lehman Russ is gonna like walk all over him, right?
Well, it may be like a one-on-one Revolutionary War formation fight, sure, but at this point, the Alpha Legion kind of beat the Space Wolves here.
Oh, really?
That's what I like.
Oh
to
yeah,
see.
well they were already damaged from after the burning of Prospero.
Oh, that's that. Okay, true.
And-
True. For some reason, I was thinking they were all 100% versus 100%. That's fair.
What is more? Yeah, that's right. Alfarius was also there fighting disguised as a regular Terminator,
Wait,
which
really?
also makes things pretty tough.
Really?
That's true. You think you're fighting a Terminator, and it's like, oh, by the way, that's a Primarch.
And eventually, they actually had to be
Alfarius so
bailed
much.
out by the Dark Angels themselves.
Oh, wow.
So the
Okay.
Dark Angels arrive, save, because every battle in the Horus Heresy is almost the Primarch almost dies, but then he's saved by X.
Sure, because they're too important to just kind of throw away. Yeah.
Right.
Wow, so
So-
the Alpha Legion kind of dunked on a weakened Space Wolves.
Oh yeah, I mean, besides the Night Lords, what other faction would dunk on a weakened person?
That's fair, actually. They only get into a fight you can win, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And this is also one of the big turning points for
Kick your enemies while
Lehman
they're
Russ
down.
from a character point of view. As Shai says here, surrounded on
Look, just remember, every single conflict in anime and in television, whenever your enemy is at their weakest, if you show empathy towards them, because if you're an empath like Angron, you will die or they will become stronger and make something last like a whole extra season. I'll always go back to the age old. If you have the Goku complex, right? If you're stupid like Goku and you let everybody get a second chance, then they will ruin your day, or they will kill somebody that you care about. So you get rid of them right away. Okay, it's very easy.
on all sides and abandoned by the White Scars, Russ consigned himself to defeat and admitted to Bjorn, Bjorn's one of his closest advisors, that blindly serving as the Emperor's executioner had been a mistake. Russ pledged to take his own path from now on.
Oh. So this was like the big moment where he was like, whoa, I really should maybe I'm going to follow the Emperor, but I should maybe think for myself a little bit and assess situations better.
Yes, Joker should be killed by Batman, because except in the one universe where you get the Batman who smiles or the Batman who laughs, whatever, the Joker is not going to have a concentrated solution of Joker gas inside of his body that's going to go off in Bruce Wayne's face if he dies. So in almost every circumstance humanly possible, yeah, Batman should kill Joker.
Instead of just Emperor told me to go in and do it, so I'm going to do it. Because
Basically,
it backfired on him here and almost, killed him.
the entirety of Lehman Russ's kind of slight character development here is him realizing that maybe doing everything, just being sent out as a tool, isn't really always the best, and making his own decisions would be pretty darn helpful.
Yeah. Wow.
So at that point, though, after the entire Alpha Legion section, all of that jazz, the Night of the Wolf, most of the Horus Heresy stuff, the main, well, let's say I'm kind of underselling how much the Alpha Legion kind of hurt him right there. It was a pretty rough one.
Okay.
So by figuring out what to do for himself, he decided to go down a spiritual journey back on Fenris. This is one of the most on the nose parts of the whole thing.
Okay.
So there was a ritual involving himself, 7 rune priests, which are basically just psychers.
Sure.
But they think psychers are stupid, but they're psychers.
But rune priests, these aren't psychers, they're rune priests.
This is the spirit
Different.
of Valhalla.
It's different. That's different.
Oh, I totally forgot. They call the Emperor the Allfather.
No way.
That's
Do they really?
That is so
They
funny.
actually do, yeah.
So wait, he's
it's
Odin?
for Russ and the Allfather.
Okay. All right. Hey, so far everything's been really cool. So I'll take the on the nose Norse mythology stuff because I have been enjoying Lehman Russ's stuff so far. So I'll give him a pass. All
All right, but yeah, it was kind of silly.
I don't think there's really a lot to hate about him, though. Right? I saw some people who really felt very, very strongly about him. Unless you're a Thousand Sons fan, I really don't see what the factor about him that you just really despise is. like he's not like the most exciting character ever, but there's nothing really that I see that's like really unpleasant, right? He's not poorly written. Or at least not entirely poorly written like some of the other ones. He has a good amount of depth, even if it is on the nose depth, but like there's a lot to him that makes him pretty fascinating. But I certainly don't think that he's bad. I hate the writing, not the character. Do you hate the writing because it's so on the nose for like Norse mythology, or Norse mythology and everything like that, or do you hate him like what about the writing, like the realization, like following blindly and then having a realization, or like I'm not saying like he's the coolest thing ever, right? But like you compare him to some of the other characters writing, and there's a lot to him. Like I would say that he's on par with Jagatai. Like there's not like it's not like the greatest character ever, but there's certainly nothing bad. Like Jagatai is like now my 5th, I think I have him at. I would say that Lehman is probably ahead of Sanguinius at 6th, maybe right now. I would say, I mean, obviously we're not done yet, but like right now he's like, I would say he's like number 6 for me. Like I'll have to actually sit down and go through an entire tier list with them, but right now I wouldn't think that he's particularly bad.
Yeah, very on the nose.
So they decide to enter this place called the Underverse, which is basically just Helheim, if I'm being honest, through a volcanic cavern known as Surtur's Door. Oh, we're doing it. So they entered.
Oh my God, 6th Legion, 6th place. Oh my God, no, it would have been better if it was 6, 7. Sorry.
The hall. Russ entered the Hall of the Earl King, a warp entity that collects Fenrisian souls which die outside of battle. It didn't particularly go.
Roos, hey, these guys aren't psychers. They're priests who commune with the spirits of Fenris beyond the veil. Magnus, that is literally what a psyker is. Russ, shut up, nerd. Yeah, exactly.
Well, to start with, as the Earl King had hordes of Wolfim, the half wolf people.
Okay.
And were about to be murdered by him, where he decided to try to get his soul back in exchange for 4 challenges. These 4 challenges are absolutely also part of Norse mythology, and I think Thor did these.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to say first he ate a lot, then he drank a lot.
So the first challenge was that he needed to drink the damned soul's Amarok's bowl dry, which he could not. He then needed to wrestle down an old crone, which he could not.
What's an old crone?
He's an old lady.
Oh, okay.
And then he finally was to move the king's great sleeping wolf, which he also could not.
Oh, so this is a very humbling experience for Lehman.
The 4th option, or the 4th challenge, was to explain what these challenges meant. And what this was that the first challenge was the changing of the seasons of Fenris, the drinking of the bowl. The second, the old woman, was the inevitability of age. You can't wrestle down the old crone.
Sure. Father time always wins.
And the unimmovable wolf is the inescapable of death, the inability to escape death.
Okay.
So after realizing all these things, the hall crumbled and a version of Russ that never landed on Fenris appeared, like a vision.
Oh.
And at this time, Russ actually had a gift from the Emperor. It was called the Emperor's Spear, which if I am ever expecting Lehman Russ to come back, he would most definitely be armed with the Emperor's Spear.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it seems pretty clear that that's going to be his weapon moving forward when he returns.
This spear has the actual ability to reveal the truth of whoever is stabbed with it.
Oh.
And
that's a big deal.
Wait, that's
immediately after realizing
that is so massive for plot points. I love that. That's so cool. Has he used it? We're gonna find out if he used it, right? Probably in the next 2 seconds.
this, the fake Russ shanked Lehman in the chest with the spear. which, quote, revealed to him the truth regarding the nature of the Primarchs.
Oh.
Which we don't get to know, sorry.
What?
That's so cool.
Well, we kind of, well, no, I guess, yeah.
No, we don't know.
We don't know.
It says that Russ despaired, and the knowledge would one day see him leave Fenris. But after that, the whole
Cutely stabs you with the truth. You're dead.
final point of this was the idea that if you're going to stop Horus, shaking him with the spear will bring out the true Horus. And therefore, you know.
Yeah.
Now, it's assumed that the knowledge that he got was the fact that the Primarchs were made with a bunch of warp shenanigans and deals with the gods.
Yeah, because that's what happens in the which book was it? First Heretic. Yeah. Is they suggest that the Emperor made a deal with the Chaos Gods that they would teach him how to make Primarchs, and then he was like, "Oh, hey, our deal's off, losers," and that's why they scattered the Primarchs across the galaxy, right?
That is part of what we learned in that one.
Yeah.
But simultaneously, it's also we don't actually know specifically.
Yeah, that's true.
You could say that their nature could also have been a kind of like what the Emperor had made them for like the truth, and that truth is why he despaired. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah. So where is Russ now?
Oh, he's on Fenris when he did all this stuff.
Yeah. Does he doesn't die from that? Is he just like wallowing in despair somewhere now, or
No. He wakes up from this and then decides the best course of action for him right now is to go ambush Horus and shank him with the spear.
Okay, cool.
Which naturally is a pretty good idea.
Oh, it's a great idea.
Unfortunately, he does go ambush the vengeful spirit and immediately fight Horus. Doesn't quite get him with the spear, hits him with a glancing blow. They duel in a crazy fight, usual Primarch duels. Russ almost dies in the fight. All of his guys arrive to save him. He's dragged away to safety. Every single Primarch duel in the Horus Heresy ends this way.
Sure. I was going to say, between as cool as we have portrayed Leman Russ so far, at the time, there's no way you're winning a duel with Horus.
The Horus currently is pretty juiced.
Yeah, I mean, even before Chaos, he was like the favored son and everything, and then you juice his ass up with Chaos, and it's like, good luck. I'm surprised you got a glancing blow.
I mean, Shia's make a good point. Fulgrim did kill Ferrus Manus and fatally stabbed Bobby G.
That's true. That is, he was head and shoulders better than Ferrus Manus.
Oh, here we go again.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
We're going to get banned from the Discord for the 5th time.
Oh, man.
But every Primarch duel goes this way. He tried to do it, didn't quite do it. Got so badly wounded, he went into a coma.
Fulgrim really did the most damage to the Loyalists in that regard, right? He took 2 Primarchs that were Loyalists out of commission. All you have is Horus, who takes out Sanguinius, which, while everybody is obsessed with Hawkboy, it's 1 compared to 2. Did anyone else do equivalent damage? I don't think so, right? We know that Perturabo destroyed Dorn's wall and went tee hee ha ha, put a bunch of holes in it, and then left. Twiddling his thumbs and kicking his feet. But I don't think anybody did any really substantial Primarch damage aside from that to the Loyalists. Him and Perturabo did the most. Remember, there are no wolves. Oh, I remember. Yeah, Iron Warriors did more overall support role. Yeah.
Comatose state.
Ooh.
Was only reawakened when
Khan killed Mortarion? He beat the crap out of Mortarion. He didn't kill him. Mortarion fought Gilliman more recently, though. I thought. And then the Emperor took over Gilliman's body, no? No, he's definitely the MVP of Primarch ganking. Fulgrim did the most of the Primarchs. Perturabo did the most of the actual heresy. Yeah. I remember he was so efficient in what he did with his peak autism powers. Yes. Dorn killed. Well, I know that Dorn killed an Alpha Legion Primarch, but I was saying I was talking about how much what Chaos Primarchs did the most towards Loyalist Primarchs, right? Because the Alfarius Omegon issue with Dorn is I feel very contentious. So I mean, I still think that right now, from what I see, Fulgrim did the most. Oh yeah, the most was the Emperor. Yeah, you got me.
Korax arrived with the Raven Guard, as well as meeting up with Lionel Johnson.
Ouch.
And, trying to get them all prepped and ready for the craziness of the final fight of the war.
So Horus beat him into a coma, huh?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Horus was pretty juicy.
I just saw your comment. So he killed Mortarion. No, but if that's the logic, then everybody has a fucking massive... I got cursed, sorry. But everybody has a kill count for killing Angron because he's basically a tool to prove who's stronger now. Like, look, Sanguinius popped his head. Who else killed him in a recent one? Oh, no, he didn't die to a person in the one we read with the Arcs of Omen. No, he did. He died to the lion. He died to the lion when he came back after dying, after doing the work for the dark technology. What was it? What was the device called? The beacon that was driving him nuts and was making when he finally destroyed it, it made his pain go away for a moment, and then he goes and dies to the lion. But I was gonna say, we can't really use Chaos Demon Primarchs, right? Demon Prince Primarchs. We can't really use them as a litmus because they've all died now, basically, except for Perturabo, right? Because you look at you look at even like Fulgrim. Fulgrim died to Rylanor, comes back. You have Angron, who's died at least 3 times that I know of. You have Mortarion, who's died twice, right? The Tucholka engine? Wait, that's what it was, the Tucholka engine? The one that, doesn't, Didn't they say that the Tucholka engine, doesn't make sense in the world? In the Warhammer or something like that? It's like a complete, it, breaks the world or something like that. I remember it even in, it wasn't in the Caiaphas Cain video. Where else did we hear about the Tucholka engine? What other part of it? Fulgrim never died. I thought he did die from the virus bomb that Rylanor set off, and then he just came back. He fully lived through that. Demon Primarch kills don't count because they respawn. In my opinion, as such, Fulgrim has one permanent Primarch kill with Ferris and took Guilliman out of the picture for thousands of years. Yeah. It might be Dark Age of Necron-Tech. No Carl engine. Oh, it was the Coral engine. No, Philip's right. In the Arcs of Omen, it was the Coral engine. The inside of the planet. It had the root system inside of the planet. That was the Coral engine. Yeah. The Tucholka engine was not the thing that was destroyed by Angron in that. No, he was fine. His pry was broken. Gotcha. Rylanor got Fulgrim good and scarred him, but didn't kill. Gotcha. Okay. My bad. His face just melted. A little bit of quirky little melting. All right.
At this point, he also put the Emperor on the throne when you think about it.
That is true. The Emperor wasn't he wasn't going full force, right? Because he still was like, oh yeah, it's still Horus, it's still my boy. And it wasn't until he killed that guard that he was like, not my son.
Well, yeah,
that's true. That's according to the Emperor. That's true.
The Emperor says that, but
that's true. Unreliable narrator potentially. Fair enough.
It's the power level of the Emperor is so fluctuating depending on the book and the writer. There's no good explanation.
True.
But this is kind of why Leman Russ was not present in the Siege of Terra, was all of these issues with him being in a comatose state and these difficulties, especially because Dorn and the like were said to Lehman, hey, don't go kill Horus right now. We need you for the Siege of Terra. And so when Horus made his gamble to teleport the Emperor onto his flagship, it was with the express knowledge and fear that the Space Wolves and I think the Dark Angels and the rest were on their way. Right. Because he had a time frame issue. Mm-hmm. And so Leman Russ arriving late to the Siege of Terra is really damn rough because he was told by Dorn, don't leave.
Oh, so if he had actually listened to Dorn and had actually, like, not gone after Horus, not gone comatose, and defended Terra, things would have turned out a lot differently.
Shai says it reminds her of The Empire Strikes Back. No, don't go fight the asshole, Luke. And then he does. And then he gets his ass kicked and he loses an arm.
He does. That's true. Yeah. But he gets the important knowledge that Vader is his father.
Yeah, I guess.
He needs that information in Return of the Jedi, I guess.
Anyway, so obviously Lehman is not there for this final Siege of Terra. He arrives late, which is very unfortunate, and he is clearly distraught by this.
Oh, yeah. He's got to be... Like, I'm sure all of the Primarchs are just devastated. But if anybody, like, of the survivors would be most devastated, it would be, you know, people like Dorn, people like Lehman Russ, because they were, like, the most loyal, right?
Dorn, I think Dorn and Jagatai put him on the throne itself, so...
Yeah, oh, that's right, that's true, yeah.
It is not great.
Yeah, that sucks.
But, you know, Lehman, after this point, it's kind of funny. Gilliman became the Lord Commander of the Imperium and made the Codex Astartes, and Lehman basically was just like, yeah, whatever, dude. He just kind of didn't even really listen to it much.
Fair. That sounds like a very Lehman Russ thing to do. I was gonna say Lehman. A part of me was like, he must feel like he has almost like lost his purpose, because his whole thing was just like, oh, I'm loyal to the Emperor. I do as the Emperor commands, and I always do it. He's got to feel a little empty.
He got really depresso.
Oh, sure, yeah.
That is kind of the interesting final bit. It's quite interesting. Eventually, some time after Lehman Russ's or the Emperor's.
Now, is he in 40k at all yet, or is he not made his? He has not made his return yet. Correct.
Interment. They have this large feast. Oh, I have his final words. Don't worry, Shai.
Okay.
They have this final feast, and during this big feast they normally have, Russ kind of stands up and just stares out into the nothingness across the hall. Ooh. And falls directly onto his knees in like despairment.
Yeesh.
And he says this: "Listen but closely, brothers, for my life's breath is all but spent. There shall come a time far from now when our chapter itself is dying, even as I am now dying, and our foes shall gather to destroy us. Then, my children, I shall listen for your call in whatever realm of death holds me, and come I shall, no matter what the laws of life and death forbid. At the end, I will be there for the final battle, for the wolf time," which I'm pretty sure is just Ragnarok.
Yeah.
That's a pretty damn good quote.
At that point,
that
he took
slaps.
a contingent of his space wolves and left. And assumingly went to the warp or something. We have no idea, and he has never been seen again.
Oh wow! So after that, he just puts himself into like self-exile.
It's assumed that he went to the Eye of Terror to find the Tree of Life.
Okay. So he's going to was it Yggdrasil, right? Yggdrasil is, as far as like what it would be the equivalent to. So they even the way he leaves is going to be a on the nose thing.
That will bear fruits to heal and restore the Emperor to life again.
Mm-hmm.
No,
but we don't know. It's assumed. It's believed.
Wow.
If he comes back in 40k and brings the Emperor back to life in any capacity, I feel like that would be really bad for the franchise. I feel like it'd be terrible for the lore too.
That's heavy.
Yeah. And
that's heavy. That's a heavy way to go. That's a heavy final words.
Every standard year after his disappearance, he had the same feast. Every year, his drinking horn was filled if he ever came back. And eventually, after 7 years, he never did. So Bjorn, his successor, was elected as the new Great Wolf and began the hunt to search for Russ again.
Damn.
Bjorn the Fell-Handed is a character you can use in the game. He's a dreadnought.
Okay. Tetra, important question that the community has been grappling with. When Roos returns, would you like Odin Roos missing an eye or Big Werewolf Roos? Out of those two options, 100% I want Odin Roos. But considering that they refer to the Emperor as the Allfather, I don't think that we're going to get that because they're already referencing the Emperor as Odin. I think that it would be pretty cool if he comes back like I don't know how they're going to come him back, but I want him to come. I don't want him to come back as a werewolf. I don't want him coming back as a werewolf. Just like I don't want Corvus Corax to be a bird demon. I want to see them as humanoids. But we'll see.
But he's kind of got this like old man shtick to him, where you kind of you drink a bunch of mead, you all shit and piss everywhere. You wake up Bjorn like, hey Bjorn,
Wow, that's a dreadnought, all right. Yep,
yeah,
that is a dreadnought.
He's pretty cool. But now he helps run these great hunts in an attempt to find Russ again.
Okay.
They were the first hunt found nothing. The second hunt was the Great Hunt, and they found Russ's armor.
Oh, where'd they find it?
From the Temple of Horus on the world of Rudra by the edge of the Eye of Terror.
Huh.
Hence the look.
Huh.
Okay.
The fourth hunt uncovered a conspiracy to overthrow the Administratum in a coup.
Okay.
The ninth Great Hunt led to the Gene Stealer world destruction in a system, and so on and so forth. The Great Hunts have gained many victories, but very few actual signs of Lehman himself.
Just the armor, huh?
Just the armor. It is said that each hunt begins when Russ speaks through visions in the minds of his rune priests, giving them wisdom and sending them on new quests. But how much of that is Psyker shenanigans is hard to tell.
It seems like a lot of it's Psyker shenanigans, because if Russ was speaking to them, then wouldn't they have found more Russ stuff?
Well, it's cryptic. It's like cryptic vision.
It's true. Which was also a very big Norse thing, right? Was these cryptic visions and
right,
and the threads of fate, and the three witches that share the Eye of Fate or something?
Oh, the three people that like write fate.
Yeah, and they can cut the strings and such.
Yeah, I remember them very vividly in God of War Ragnarok. I thought it was a really good scene.
Yeah,
the oldest loyalist marine alive.
I remember them from the the Hercules.
Oh yeah, they are literally called the Fates.
The Fates, right?
There are a lot of there are a lot of super big Norse mythology fans in Warhammer, like there are World War II nuts. And
it's cool mythology, though, to be fair.
Bjorn the Fell-Handed is no joke one of the best characters in the setting. Highly recommend checking out the Adric video on him sometime. Absolutely. Look, I'm you know that I want to learn everything just little by little.
Like I was
it is
like my first year of college, I dabbled a little bit into that stuff, but yeah, I could see how anyone like that would absolutely just gravitate to the Space Wolves and Lehman Russ for sure.
I only say this because I clearly don't know a whole lot about it. And because of that, I apologize to any of our fans who are gigantic into Norse mythology and aren't hearing me specifically be like, hey, this is a lot like this part in Norse mythology. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really know either. So, but so far, it all sounds dope. I mean,
Yeah, so that's where Lehman's at right now. It's assumed he went in the Eye of Terror. He'll come back during Ragnarok, basically, and all of the Space Wolves are out hunting. For the time being, Lehman, the greatest sin of Lehman Russ is the fact that he doesn't have a beard.
What? Really?
Yeah. He doesn't have a beard.
Oh, that's true. He doesn't. Yeah, that's right. He doesn't.
What the hell's up with that?
Actually,
Yeah, that's kind of messed up. So if he's in the Eye of Terror, could he possibly be warp tainted then, or no?
That's kind of what
I
people
only
were
ask because
thinking.
I kind of want him to have like wolf features when he comes back out and be like, you know.
That is one of the things that a lot of people like to hope for, is that he'll be this like giant half wolf, half Viking, like kind of like Korax is the bird.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
I want Korax to show up and just be like, have actual like raven wings.
Yeah,
and,
let's
like,
just let
you
him just
know,
have a
and
beard.
stuff
Let
like
him just
that.
be a cool badass Viking.
Yeah.
Right. So he could be like that, though. At the same time, I think that it might be less that vibe and more just a spear wielding, Norse, soldier kind of vibe.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, well, he's a Primarch. Of course he didn't get mutated by chaos. He's a Primarch. He's a Primarch. He's a Primarch.
It's a Primarch.
He's a Primarch. Just a little Primarch.
So for the most part, when it comes to Lehman as a character and the like, what I said earlier, he really is kind of what he is on the tin, but at the same time, he's still got some honest to God complexity. He's
sure.
Interesting in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Zinth's probably just reeing inside whenever we start talking about our giant bird demon, right?
He's got like, I don't know, Shai. Do you think he's the Primarch that's having the most fun? Actually, Fulgrim is having a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say Fulgrim probably. I don't, because like maybe pre-heresy, I would say that like Lehman Russ was having a good time. But like post-heresy, he is like probably the worst off of like all of them, right?
Sorry, I maybe I misspoke. During Horus Heresy 30k time, Great Crusade era, I think he was probably having the best time. Right now, he is definitely not having a good time.
Yeah, right now he is in the express lane of agony.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean not agony, but he is. I am straight up not having a good time, bro. So yeah.
Oh, Sanguinius was having a lot of art and fun. That's true.
Yeah.
The con did have a good time too. I feel like Lehman had more fun than the con, but maybe not as fun as. Well, Sanguinius was also hit with death visions all the time, and that wasn't very fun.
Yeah, that probably wasn't fun. But at least he knew that he was going to like.
Conrad Kurz.
His death had a purpose, right? He saw the best future, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna lead to like the Emperor surviving, right?"
I don't think anyone had as much outward and showed the fun they had. Maybe Fulgrim. I think maybe just Fulgrim.
I still love that little bit where Lehman Russ and the Emperor have the drinking and eating.
It's so good.
He out-ate and out-drank the Emperor, and the Emperor was just like, bro! And just, pow! I love that. So, I think that was the moment where I was like, yep, okay, Lehman Russ, you've won.
I mean, he was still having a good time. He was just being patient. He was just being super patient, The Khan was sitting and just looking from his ship, waiting to make his choice.
Me over. I don't care about the Prospero thing. You've won me over.
It's pretty peak. And I think that's one of the fun things about Lehman, and I think one of the reasons why Space Wolves fans like Lehman is because, yeah, he actually has some genuine character. He has some character arcs and some interesting traits, but at the end of the day, he is an extraordinarily loyal son, not because of like any heady ideals of honor or anything, but because just he's a loyal son.
Yeah. And he's got some pretty complex character development too. Like he goes through it. You can see him develop from like just this kid that's raised by wolves on a death world.
Also, I can't unsee the fact that he has no beard, and it just bothers me now. It just bothers me now.
To like realizing the tragedy of just blindly and loyally following the Emperor. Like it's quite the character arc. So I am happy about turning into. I mean, I might not be now a Space Wolves fan or whatever, but I thoroughly enjoyed learning about Lehman Russ today.
Yeah,
I'm glad. I'm glad that you.
I agree with that. No, in fairness, this was one that I knew people wanted, but I never had an expectation of liking him. Kind of like the Khan. You know, Khan was another one where I didn't expect to like him, and I ended up liking him. I think Lehman's fine. I think he's pretty cool.
Can get him.
Yeah.
More than anything. Shy does make a great point. Next episode, I think will actually be a little bit more fun because we'll be talking about the months of shame, which is awesome. And we'll talk a lot about the months of shame. And we'll also get a chance to talk about the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 named characters that they have minis on the tabletop.
11 named characters. Is that the most named characters out of any chapter?
I think yes. I think it beats everything extremely.
Wow.
It's a lot. We we might split it up because Months of Shame might involve its own episode. But
yeah, but like I said before, Edom, while I agree with you, I think that Odin Lehman Russ would be really, really cool. I don't think we're gonna see it because of the fact that like we know the Emperor is called the Allfather in this, right? Which would mean that he's being considered Odin. So I don't think we would see Odin as Odin, or we wouldn't see Odin's son as Odin. Like maybe we would see him as Thor or something along those lines, but like or some Norse god that would be under Thor, under Odin, but like I don't know. But like his spear, is his spear supposed to be a reference to Gungnir? I don't know how you say it, but Odin's spear. All right, anyway.
Yeah, they have, because that's the whole point of you know.
Oh,
of
that's
Space
true.
Wolves,
Like
or all the
yeah,
sagas.
the saga and earning your name and okay. Oh, that's I'm looking forward to next week then.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and do that. Next week will be the Legion and its named characters, and then we'll do the Months of Shame a different time.
Nice. I'm looking. So we're off to a great start with the Space Wolves. I've already completely 180'd. I am really liking Liam. I'm looking forward to the next couple weeks. This is going to be good. This is going to be real good.
So
Tier
the episode,
would be a really good choice, Orlok. Yeah.
We do?
Yes.
Okay. What's the old favorite?
His spear's literally going. Oh my god.
Minus the red. It's like, oh no, me. Like nerd emoji, my psyker ability, and Lehman Russ comes up, backbreaker, and goes woo 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 woo.
I forgot all of that.
Hell yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
That was great. That was so good. I love the new closing thing too, and Shy looks so cute in this one. That's fantastic. Okay, all right. Definitely way better. Way better than I expected. Let me put on music. I'm going to be back again in a second. I'm just going to help Yura again with the baby. I'm going to put the BRB thing back on, and then we have 2 more videos if I have time. I don't know if I will. I'm going to try to get 1 more done. It's already 1 o'clock. I don't think it's possible to get 3 videos done. So it's probably going to be 2 today because I want to make sure I have time for everything and I got to take care of the baby. But I'll be back in a minute, and you guys be good. Be normal. Okay, I am back. You might hear her yelling in the background. I just had to change a diaper. Okay. Let's get the next video ready. I have two choices because I won't have time to get all of them done. I could do another Warhammer video because I do have one from Pancreas Senpai. All right, so I could do one of his. I could save that for Friday as well, as much as I would like to do more. How's BB doing? She's yelling right now. She was in the sleepiest sleep that ever did sleep, but I wanted to check her diaper, and you know she's not happy when you check her diaper. But you know that's just how it is. It's just how it is. It'd be easier to literally start fresh with Imperium, start with McCrag and 500 Worlds. Wait, what did I miss? What did I miss? Okay. Let me hide this for a second while I decide. So the two videos I still have, I have the absolutely ruthless world of canines, or I have how much is the Imperium lost since the Horus Heresy. I might save that for Friday. I might save that the Pancreas one for Friday. They're both about the same length. But because the title of the video for stream today was like the wolves and the wolves, so I feel like I should try doing that. So I think that would be fun. BB says she's not stinky, you're stinky. You got me. Oh, I hate hearing my baby cry. Hang on, let me just check. Oh, is she done crying? I think she's done crying. Damn, Yura's a machine. She's so good. She's so pog. Oh, hang on. Checking something real quick. Oh, okay. Sorry. That was not as exciting as I thought. Go all wolves? Yeah. For variety, casuals, but yeah. We're gonna do variety today. All right, so let's get the last video ready. It's about 17 minutes long. Hang on. It's about 17 minutes long, and it'll probably take us about 25 minutes to get through. So I'll be finished around like 1:30-ish, which is good. It's good, and that gives me plenty of time to spend with the baby and get some stuff done. Because like the latest I can work until is 2, but I don't really want to work until the latest spot I can. I just want to work enough. That's the thing I try to my best to manage right now. Because tomorrow will probably be a normal length stream, which is good. I might still start early tomorrow, so we'll figure, like on Twitch, but we'll figure all that out. I'll let you guys know in the Discord. There's a chance I might start earlier than I normally do. All right. Let's switch over and get this on. All right, so we got ourselves a casual geographic. It's the absolutely ruthless world of canines. I'm very, very interested to see how bad this can be.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Excuse me? Puppies! Oh no.
I apologize for my outburst.
When From the Hood meets From the Wood. No word said, but he understood. Blood realized he is not that guy. What y'all know about the Timber Wolf?
I'm not gonna lie. I still love how every time we would have like 2 alpha dogs be in our practice at the same time, you'd have this terrifying stare off, and it was just like one of them would be waiting for the other one to just step up. As soon as you do, then that's when you had to start holding them back, because we've had the biggest problem with dogs is the little ones, like the little ones that have that top dog energy, because they do not understand how their actions can have consequences. That's one of the things that we saw in the practice a lot. I will also say the only time I've been, I don't need to ramble on about dog stories because I have a million of them. Anyway, for anybody who's just joining in, Let's continue.
Also known as the northwestern wolf of Alaska and Canada, the timber wolf is arguably the largest wolf walking the earth and at a length of up to 7 feet and a max weight of over 150 pounds. If you're expecting an unhinged husky when you see a wolf, your expectation is going to be subverted like the Titanic. Now this is a fennec fox at an honest 3 pounds. This
They're so
Chihuahua weighs
cute.
about as much as the MacBook I'm editing this on. But both fennec foxes and lupus final bosses are two ends of the canine spectrum, and today I'm going to try to talk about every canine-coded creature out there.
You ever see the videos of the fennec foxes where they're just going absolutely like batshit crazy? Like they're just rolling around on furniture being super high energy?
Before I do, I should probably address something. I made a video on the top 10 most misunderstood animals, and I honestly don't know how I yapped for almost 17 minutes and didn't once mention wolves. Forget top 10, there might not be 5 animals we've gotten more wrong about. First things first, there's no alpha wolf, it doesn't exist, I will fight you. The thing is, the guy that came up with alpha wolf did so in a book after watching Wolves in Captivity. David Meck would then spend the rest of his career trying to take it back, imploring people not to buy the book and even trying to get printing presses to stop publishing it. But like a drunk Friday night tattoo, the alpha thing stuck no matter how hard he tried to scrub it off. In real life, the wolf pack is just a family. The 2 alphas are really just the 2 parents, and the rest are just generations of the kids that haven't left to make their own pack yet. Because I know a certain demographic's gonna try to fight me on that, I'm gonna say this. When the term alpha male was first used academically in 1921 by Monica Sumra, she wasn't talking about wolves. She was talking about chickens. A literal pecking order. Not even like roosters. I'm pretty sure she was on about vindictive hens. I'm gonna just let that marinate.
What was
but
that?
yeah, alpha wolves don't exist. At least not in the wild. I'm sure if you take a bunch of wolves that don't know each other and put them behind a fence.
Hold on, casual. I'm more floored by the size of this hen.
Not even like roosters. I'm pretty sure she was on about vindictive hens.
I don't like
I'm
that.
gonna just let that marinate. But yeah, alpha wolves don't exist. At least not in the wild. I'm sure if you take a bunch of wolves that don't know each other and put them behind a fence, pack politics will look a little different. But that's kind of like writing a book on human nature based on studying folks in max security. And unlike prison, a wolf pack is actually structured to avoid infighting. As a rule, you usually get 5 to 9 wolves in a pack. And because nature hates rules, in 2011, there was a pack of 400-something wolves terrorizing the town of, I'm gonna say, VIKINGS, where they allegedly murked 30 horses in 4 days.
Oh.
Yeah, only in Russia. The alpha thing's not the only thing we've gotten wrong about wolves. We've been doing them dirty for decades. Like that time we thought wolves were pests when actually... You remember when I said nature's like a Jenga tower and some animals...
I love how I talk about dogs at the practice being like alpha energy, and then he just proves the alpha theory in like 4 seconds into the video.
Are the block that can bring it all down. The Op of Riding Hood is a keystone species that stabilizes the ecosystem. We know that because after humanity went ahead and wiped wolves off the Yellowstone census, the elk started wilding and eating all the plants, the songbirds and beavers that needed the plants went ghost, and without beavers, everything was damned. Not to mention, the one animal people arguably hated more ran through America. But we'll get
Coyotes?
to that. All that, and wolves actually kill less than 1% of livestock, and that was the whole reason we went ahead and played God in the first place. There's more too, like the fact that wolves are actually scared shitless of people, to the point where they'll avoid buildings, roads, and even the sound of a snowmobile can stress them. Big bad wolf has only killed less than 40 people in North America, and about 30 of those happened before the 1900s.
Wow.
Meanwhile, this shit was last year. There's also little fake facts that personally grind my gears, like wolves don't howl at the moon. They howl mostly to communicate they face the moon because unless you're rallying earthworms, if you're making an announcement, you're probably facing up. They also howl to mark their territory, and sometimes they just do it for pack bonding.
Humans have screwed over like everything, dolphins. Like we've screwed over like everything. Oh, the awoo. The awoo.
And then you got Tumblr's contribution. No, actually the opposite. It's the leaders of the pack, you know, the parents that, lead. And unless you're Norman Bates Jr., you wouldn't put your crippled grandmother in front to deal with all the unbroken snow. And I don't know what to say about this except Hollywood and Wattpad have ruined the way some of y'all think about wolves. Into the Omegaverse ass poke. But yeah, wolves might be the most maligned animal out there, but I will say their PR has gotten way better. Meanwhile, coyotes have been catching more smoke than hot dogs in July. Wolves hate coyotes off principle. Eagles and crows hate them because they fight for the same scraps. Trauma donkeys don't rock with anything canine, and a coyote can breathe and earn a cougar's wrath. And let a bear get a hold of one and shit gon' really get grisly. Even Mark Twain's written diss track towards coyotes was the honest-to-God inspiration for a pain magnet of a Looney Tune. Nah, the contempt for coyotes wolves have is different. I've shown this clip like 20 times. And I'm gonna do it again, because you only need 1 wolf, maybe 2 if you're conservative to get the job done. Do you know what it takes to motivate an entire pack to turn you into past tense? They basically Rodney King the coyote. But don't feel too bad, because coyotes low-key won in the end. You see, when America was at war with wolves, they were also offing coyotes like they were made of oil. But because coyotes are canine cockroaches, the attempts to cancel coyotes only led to more coyotes. The prairie pup apparently has a roll call, essentially a census where a female will call out, and if she doesn't hear a lot of coyotes back, it'll actually trigger a metabolic change to produce a bigger litter. And one thing they have that wolves don't is coyotes are fusion fishing, meaning you can catch them in a pack, but if things ever get critical, they can break apart, split up, and spread out. The reality is, generations of being a wolf's chew toy prepared coyotes for everything humanity could possibly throw at them. Studies say you could Thanos snap 75% of a coyote population.
I'm sorry, I'm still more floored by the comment about how the females, when they don't hear a response from a male, they can produce larger litters. Like that's wild to me.
Every year for 50 years straight, it still won't dent them. Today, you can find a coyote in every state that isn't Hawaii, and it was humanity's hate boner that Ubered them. And that's why I love them. Like I said, they're alive entirely out of spite. I respect game, especially since at one point the wolf population in America was so down bad. Something, life finds a way, something, now we have coy wolves. In some places, virtually every wolf in the area has coyote DNA in it. Can I remind you that wolves are literally prejudiced towards the very animal they ended up getting Genghis Kong'd by? That's like if Thomas Jefferson was alive to see what would become of his bloodline. And considering you can find a coyote in Burbank, Orlando, and the Bronx, safe to say, they won the war. But foxes might have won the game of life. The wild carnivore with the most real estate on Earth isn't the leopard. It's not a type of eagle. It's the red fox. You can find foxes anywhere short of a penguin playground, and out of all wild dogs, foxes have the most range.
All right. The hottest take I could ever throw to people, because this one upsets this take will upset the furry community. I think foxes are incredibly overrated. Don't get me wrong, they're fine. I think they're very cute and they're very like sweet animals, like visually, and I love them. But like people act like they are the greatest like canine ever, and I think that I feel like the internet has made them like an overrated animal.
Of course you have the red, the most well-known fox, but also a lesser-known menace to other foxes. There's my personal favorite, the Arctic fox. Look at that canine cotton ball go. There's a terminally unamused Tibetan fox. Look at this dude. The aforementioned dune puppy, the fennec fox. And how can you forget the cross fox? Which is really just a mutated red fox. But I'm gonna shout out a shiny when I see one.
That is a shiny.
Foxes were small enough and just cute enough to dodge the smoke everyone had for coyotes. Which is why foxes are one of the few animals to actually do better in cities, with close to 500,000 living in the UK. Foxes are basically dogs running cat software. They move like canine ninjas, they're mostly nocturnal, and they have vertical slits for pupils. And some, like the gray fox, have semi-retractable claws to climb trees. Yeah, foxes are an anomaly. But
I know that there's one type of fox that we're like domesticating in Russia as well, right?
If foxes are an anomaly, jackals are a conundrum. Jackals are pretty much old world coyotes, and they virtually have the same niche, so I won't go on about that. But I'm gonna explain why I call them a conundrum. As far as we know, there are 3 species of jackals: the black-backed, the side-striped, and the golden jackal. One of these is not like the other. I'm gonna need y'all to lock in because this will get confusing. So between these 3, the golden jackal isn't even closely related to the other 2. In fact, the golden jackal is actually closer to wolves and coyotes. Make sense? I hope so, because it only gets more confusing. Okay, so golden jackals are found in Africa and Eurasia, and for a while we assumed they were the same species, but you know what they say about assuming. Turns out the golden jackal of Eurasia diverged from the wolf-coyote common ancestor 1.9 million years ago. The African variety followed suit 1.3 million years in the past. So not only are there about 600,000 years of separation, African jackals are that much closer to wolves. So much that it was never a jackal at all. So now we say Africa has a golden wolf. So, recap, 3 types of jackals, 2 types of golden jackals. Golden jackals aren't closely related to the other jackals. One of the 2 types of golden jackals is actually more related to wolves, and the other is an actual wolf. Also, this has nothing to do with anything, but I just wanted to add that jackals took a cue from coyotes. Something, Jurassic Bark, something, we have jackal dog hybrids. One man bred a jackal dog to sniff out airport explosives. Why didn't I think of that? Next are dingoes. Dingoes are weird. No, like, they're really weird for a dog. Dingoes are freakish.
Okay, I won't lie though, the dingo looks so much like the Basenji. I know they're not the same, but like, it's almost uncanny how much they look the same.
Flexible and can turn their heads 180 degrees. They have wrists that can rotate like ours to the point where Houdini can unlatch gates and even turn doorknobs. They can climb trees. Because of course they can. By the way, don't look up dingo tree, you will regret it. They're the top land predator of Australia, and they have the widest jaws of any canine. Wonder where they got that from. Dingoes also have no body odor, and are the main reason a prison steroid bunny chooses waterboarding as a defense tactic. You'd expect a dog molded by Australia to be built different. The only thing stranger? is where exactly they came from. Some say dingoes are pet dogs that saw Australia as free real estate, and others, they swear dingoes have been here for 10,000.
Could you imagine if it's actually the case where dingoes are literally just dogs that just bred in Australia and they just became the way they are? They just became the apex.
1,000+ years. But after a whole lot of debating, seems like we finally come to a consensus. Dingoes were more than likely airdropped by sea-traveling humans from the islands of Southeast Asia and China some 5,000 years ago, where they stayed isolated from anything canine until European settlers pulled up much later. Before that, dingoes had this relationship with indigenous Australians. Not exactly like pets, but they were chill with each other. After years of plot development, they would become the kangaroo nightmare we know them as today. They've been compared to New Guinea singing dogs, Carolina dogs, and Indian pariah dogs. And if you look close enough, yeah, I can see it. There is another argument as to whether dingoes are their own thing or just another subspecies of wolf. The way I see it, dingoes aren't from there, but they were brought there, and they've been there long enough to have a defined role in the system, and now you can't tell the history of the country without talking about them. Kind of like...
Oh no.
Never mind. Happy Juneteenth. Yeah, but at this point, dingoes are definitely their own thing, which makes people wanting them dead crazy. Basically, dingoes took a page from coyotes and jackals and got busy with the feral dogs around them. Problem is, some people use that as a loophole to justify murking dingoes on sight, since they can be like, oh, it's a hybrid, so it's not pure, so it's not protected. But
oh my god, that's horrible.
Pure dingoes come in many colors, and most dingoes tested came back as pure. The way I see it, dingoes earned their spot at the Australian lunch table, even if one really did eat her baby. That's not a joke. A lot of y'all owe this woman an apology. So most canines are obviously social, and like I said, coyotes go with whatever's most convenient. But there's
I don't even
one
have
dog
so much
that
like,
weaponized.
compared to like other videos from him. I have not had a lot to say. I don't know if it's because I'm just so tired, but like it's just fascinating to listen to, and I just don't have a lot to interject with at this point.
This is the power of friendship better than arguably any other animal, and that is of course the the African wild dog.
Oh.
Can y'all see that? Yeah, there. They have a put you on a shirt rate of 80%. Mostly because they're like homicide hounds running on Duracell. They don't get tired. They can easily run anything into exhaustion. But it's their teamwork that makes them OP. African dogs hunt in a relay form, with different dogs taking turns leading the chase. And once they make the kill, African wild dogs might be the only animals that let their pups eat first. Painted hounds are so down for each other that the hunt doesn't even happen unless the group votes on it. And they vote by sneezing. Get enough sneezes and the gazelle's fate gets sealed. Obviously the lead dog's vote counts for the most, but enough underlings can decide the outcome if they stick together. Before they hunt, wild dogs have these ceremonies they do as a ritual that's pretty much a predatory pep rally.
I missed out on my Primark video because of work. Secondly, I only get to watch part of my favorite animal video from Casual Geographic. Wolves are my animal because of my name means wolf. Congrats on parenthood. Thank you, Invader. Both videos will be up probably in like the next like 5 or 6 days, but you can always watch the live stream later too. It's gonna stay up. I've got no reason to unlist it.
Their bond is so strong that there have been reports of rescued wild dogs getting so depressed from the separation from their pack that the grief literally kills them. And if a pup ever goes missing, the pack will put everything to the side and spend days looking for it. The loyalty of the African wild dog has no equal.
I love them.
But it might have a close second. Dholes are the forgotten wild dogs of Asia, both literally because they're related, but also because they too get carried by numbers. They usually hunt light work like deer, boars, and rodents. The family foxes have been recorded bringing down buffalo, gars, and there's even one case of D-holes apparently erasing a young elephant. The dog, no bigger than a border collie, has even shifted tigers and jumped leopards. You can't pull that off without some world-class communication, and communication is what dholes do best.
That sound.
Yeah, they whistle. It helps them keep track of each other in the dense jungle. But also makes them sound like a black-owned smoke detector. Okay, it's 2024. Can we please let this joke They'll also pee while doing a handstand in market territory. That has nothing to do with anything, I just thought it was fun. So Africa has wild dogs, Australia gets dingoes, North America and Europe both got wolves, and as you know, Asia gets the whistler. So what, did South America get left out? Of course not. This is a bush dog. Not the rarest, but definitely the most underrated. We don't know that much about them. We even thought they went extinct for a minute. They for real look more like a stubby Wolverine or a Latino Tasmanian devil.
I know it would probably kill me, but I want to hug it.
And boy, do they love that water. They're the only wild dogs with webbed feet, and not only can they dive, they have no problems catching bodies of water. They'll even lure prey to water where another bush beast will be waiting. Speaking of prey, they'll usually violate rodents like agoutis or capybara, but they've also been known to tap out 500+ pound tapirs. Now, if you've been paying attention, you might know the bush dog's closest relative. This is the short-eared dog, and it is not the closest relative. They're another dog we know almost nothing about. Almost everything we do know about him comes from a man accidentally buying one at a marketplace and ecologist Renata Lette Pittman getting a hold of him to study. What we do know is the females are way bigger than the males. They don't hit puberty until they're 3, which is pretty weird for a dog. And one of the reasons you've probably never seen one before is they spend most of their lives in armadillo burrows. But yeah, the closest relative of the bush dog isn't its short-eared understudy. It's, yep, this is the main
this
wolf.
one.
Even though it's not a wolf or a fox, it's really just its own thing. Every group has that one weird member. For birds, it's owls. For big cats, it's for sure the non-roaring snow leopard. And for dogs, it's absolutely this slender puppy. Don't let the thigh boots fool you. A motivated Maine wolf can hit over 40 miles per hour.
Wow.
Between that and the fact that they literally have a black morph, best believe the canine in Chanel boots has contributed more to cryptid culture than anyone realizes. You might be wondering what they could possibly be running from. Probably the law. Maned wolf urine smells so much like Snoop Dogg salad, they've gotten zoos raided by police. If God created the world in 6 days, he started freestyling on a Sabbath and came out with his canine casserole. They're the only canines that are completely solitary. They're the only ones with a mane. They eat so much for apples it got named after them. And yeah, the ankle biters are still waiting to get their legs back. I mean, they even sound like an identity crisis.
Oh. Oh.
I wouldn't expect a skunk-scented, vertically gifted, apple-eating Waluigi hyena to sound any different. But I never would have guessed what they sounded like.
You know what? Wait, you know what the this guy reminds me of? It makes me think of the Knolls in Baldur's Gate. I don't know why. It just gives me that vibe.
Apple-eating Waluigi hyena to sound any different. But I never would have guessed what they sounded like.
There's the Tanuki.
Don't be confused, it may be raccoon-coated, but it's closer to a fox in face paint. The raccoon dog, also known as a tanuki, is proof that once again, same test, similar solution, homie, you know it's convergent evolution. They also inspired the Baketanuki, a supernatural creature in Japanese mythology known for shape-shifting, and for other things I can't talk about. In real life, raccoon dogs are the only canines that hibernate, which is fitting because they might have caused the entire planet to hibernate in 2020, allegedly. Also, Tom Nook, Tanuki, Tom Nook the Tanuki. Anyway, only 2 zoos in America have raccoon dogs, so if you want to see them IRL, you're kinda out of luck. But at least they're not endangered, not like the last canine here. The Ethiopian wolf isn't just Africa's most limited carnivore, it's the rarest canine on Earth with less than 500 in stock.
No.
The thing with them is they're really good at living off the rodents living in the Afro Mountains. They've even learned to hunt near grass-eating geladas for better results. But Ethiopian wolves are also specialists, which means they can really only function in one place. So you're actually looking at the panda of dogs, except they're actually 3 times rarer, with habitat loss, getting smoked by farmers, and overgrazing from competing cattle not exactly helping them out. They're actually pretty cool if you get to watch a couple videos of them, but if we don't get our shit together soon, videos are gonna be all we have.
That's so
Even though they're not technically hanging by a thread, wolves are still getting done dirty. They're still seen as pests in a lot of places and often murked on sight. Or you got wolf dogs bought to be a flex, only to be predictably thrown to the streets. It's a good thing we got places like the Howling Woods Farm in New Jersey. It's a sanctuary for wolf dogs that were abandoned only to be given a second chance at life. That absolute unit, his name's Orion. They all have different combinations of wolf with different personalities. Some are 30, 40% wolf, some are up to 95. As you can see, I don't discriminate. Even Sirius the Tripod got a lot of love. Don't tell the others.
I want to go. I want to go.
Like if we had more places like this, wolves would be so much better just off the PR. And it's not just wolves. Howling Woods has coyote dogs too, although you can't really go in with them. This isn't sponsored, by the way. They're not paying me or anything. I just really believe in what they're doing. And if you do too, the link to donate to their sanctuary will be in the description. I'll be personally pledging a decent amount. But that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure you drink water. Tell your father you appreciate him. Mom too, I ain't forget about y'all. Make sure you spread the word, the wolf word, and I'ma see y'all in the next one. The African Hello. 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 Hello.
Oh.
Hey, girl. The camera can't even see you. That's okay. We use this for bloopers. Why are you always giving me your butt, dude?
Oh my god, best cameo.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the woo.
I know where that smells been.
Oh my god. That is so precious. That is so freaking precious. Okay, hold on. Let's do this. Huh. Check this out real quick. That was fantastic. Hi, Dawn. Hi. Aw, I'm looking at their website right now. You can adopt? You can adopt from them? You can adopt from them. Yeah, so you can just straight up adopt a wolf dog. Oh, babies. Oh. It's so freaking cute. It's so freaking cute. Oh my goodness. Give me 1 second. I want to try something real quick. Huh. I don't know. I'll figure this out later. I was gonna donate. Does it work on? So I'm on my my main browser on the side, while this is on my side browser. And it actually is not far. I mean, it's a state away. Huh. Why won't it let me? If I press it on here, does it give me on this page? If I do it on this, no, it can't do this. Wait, it's a different. Oh, wait, maybe I figured this out. Okay, wait. Let me do this on the main thing. Hang on. This organization is currently ineligible to receive donations? No! What? Wait, why? Wait, why does it work on here? Donate. No. That's so lame. Well, no one can say I didn't try. I wanted to support that. Well, still, regardless, that was a fantastic video. Is okay. I always try to donate to something. I usually donate to ASPCA. I'm not like other streamers. I'm quirky. I don't usually host charity events. I know I have a lot of peers that do. Not because I think there's anything wrong with them. Just because I feel like I feel like it's I believe more in like put your money where your mouth is type of thing. So I always try to do one donation a year at least. Like just out of my own pocket rather than trying to ask my community to donate. But that's just my personal takes on it. So, you know, I want to find I'm probably gonna end up finding a something through casual, considering how often he works or he does he shouts them out. ASPCA has been good. ASPCA has been good. The only problem I have with ASPCA, the last time I donated to them, they harassed me for like 2 years. Like, no exaggeration. They literally, I got a phone call on my home phone, right? While I was in Japan. And I got or on my cell phone, right? And someone calls me and says, "Hi, is this Tetra?" And I'm thinking to myself, did I get doxxed? How the heck did somebody find my number? And they're calling me by my username. What? Like, it was, and it was just because of ASPCA, because I donated. I'm not like other streamers. I have lion ears. Rawr. PayPal being it's whatever. It's whatever. Don't get me started. Oh. Yeah, so it's some. So I don't know if it has anything to do. If it has anything to do with what PayPal's currently trying to do. I don't know all the nitty gritty of it, but I know PayPal's trying to become a bank, which is I'm not in favor of this, but like it's trying to become an actual bank, so we'll see what happens. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna be wrapping up here. I know it's only 2 videos today, which is not a lot at all for me. Normally I try to do 5 or 6. But again, new baby takes priority. As much as, like, I was saying this to Yura, right? Because Yura said to me, when I went to go watch the baby for a second before, she's like, I'm sorry, I know you're still working. And I'm like, I work for her. I work for this baby. That's the reason I work. I'm like, she is the priority here. Like, I enjoy my job, yes, but the reason I work is to support this baby. So this baby will always be first and foremost. Thank you for the stream. Nice and chilled. Congrats again to Yura and yourself. Thank you so much. We'll edit these 2 videos tomorrow over on Twitch, and if we have time for other stuff, we'll do other stuff. Maybe we'll even squeeze a reaction over there, because again, everything's kind of convoluted right now, so we'll see. We'll see. All right. I love and appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you for being the best community I could ever ask for. I'm super grateful for everything that you guys have done for me, what you've done for Yura. Yeah, I love and appreciate you guys. Obviously, Yura's not going to be on tonight. She'll be probably on Saturday. Will be her first day back, depending on everything. We'll see how it goes, but that will be huge. If you guys can support her when she does, you guys always mean a lot to me, and I'm sorry for being a lot more tired than usual. But thank you again. You're the best, and have a wonderful rest of your night. Okay, take it easy. Bye. Mwah. Also, go watch